Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. So I'm joined tonight with Theresa Lynch, and we're talking about more brand new MEs, some of which are pretty shocking, actually. If you take a closer look at some of these old movies, you'll see that some of the phrases and words have changed. There's one, namely, hang on, let me share some of this residue too. There's Captain America residue. This is all sent in by Mark Fauqes. He could not make it tonight because of his time zone. He's on a way different time zone. He's in England, so. But yeah, Mark, thanks for sending this in. Let's see who all's here too in the chat. We have the Taekwondo. What's up, Taekwondo? We got Josh Leby in the chat. Hey, Josh. Good to see you, Josh. Man, I feel like we've been doing this for like months, but it turns out, you know, we've been doing this show for almost 2 years, guys. Thank you for making this. Yes, we've been doing it for almost 2 years now.
Dang.
I can't believe it. You know,
I woke up, Brian. For me, December will be 2 years for me awakening.
Yeah.
Coming up. Yep.
That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like 2 years. It's been a trip. It's been an experience. Something I've never gone through before in my whole life. 50 years later.
So we got some Captain America stuff here with the red stripe below the blue stars. I mean, that's residue. Thank you, Mark, for sending that in. We also, Mark sent this in as well. We have Gilligan with a white hat.
Yes, the white hat.
The white hat residue. Because, you know, you guys know it's no longer white. It's like a tan color, like beige. Here is residue for Curious George and the man with the yellow hat. As you guys know, we talked about this before Halloween. Or actually, what day was that, Theresa? We did it. I lose track of the time.
Was it the day after Halloween? I think it was.
I think it was too, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, now he's got a spotted necktie. Isn't it like yellow and white or something?
Well, right. It's black and yellow. It's yellow with like black polka dots.
Yeah,
the man with the yellow hat.
A lot of us remember the black tie.
Right. This guy here has a black tie.
Chat with Evin member.
Yeah, there's another residue here. Man with the yellow hat with a black tie.
Yes, Josh. Time has been speeding up. It's like too fast.
It is. It's
oh my
crazy
God.
Insane.
It's getting worse, Brian. I don't even think I'm getting 8 hours of sleep no more, or even 10 or 8. I just wake up when I wake up.
Exactly. Does anybody remember the movie Tarzan? Didn't he say "Me Tarzan, you Jane"? I mean, couldn't you hear that in the back of your mind? Apparently, he no longer says it. The actor in the earlier films, and even in some of the later ones, they don't say "Me Tarzan, you Jane." So that's really weird that that's gone now. It's erased.
What do they say now, Brian?
I think he points to her chest and he says Jane, and then he points Tarzan.
No, it was always
Jane.
Me Tarzan, you Jane. That's like a classic.
Tarzan, you Jane.
Oh.
And he speaks almost perfect English now, not like the monkey English. Here's some more residue. Me Tarzan, you Jane is a Comenius partnership funded by the Education and Culture Lifelong Learning Programme within the European Union. This partnership started in October 2007. Yeah, you can just see that. Me Tarzan, you Jane. I mean, they started a whole group of that. Okay, so there's this song by the Rembrandts. It happens to be the theme song. Theresa, you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Wait, let me ask you guys, because I haven't shown the next screen in the lyrics. Do you remember It's like you're always stuck in second gear. Well, it hasn't even, or excuse me, it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to blank. What?
Fall?
Is it fall or is it pour?
The rain starts to fall. Oh my God, that's a heart. Oh.
That's so weird because hang on, let me turn to the chat.
Dual memories, Brian.
I know. Let me turn to the chat just for a minute because this is another one of those Laurel Yanny things. I feel. Hang on a second here. What is it, guys? Is it pour or is it fall?
Can you play a clip of it?
I will in a second, but I got to ask everyone: is it fall or pour?
Yeah, fall. Somebody else remembers fall.
EMS Flea remembers fall. Oh my God, Taekwondo. Okay.
EMS Flea remembers fall.
What's up, Yellow Sun? Hey, we got Frankie Aponte in the chat. Hold on.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, Yellow.
Let me get this to where it's a better screen where we can see chat. Hold on.
Wow, this is crazy.
We got more Emmys coming.
Esther's here.
Hey, what's up, Esther? How you doing?
She called in last week, remember? Hey,
yep.
Esther.
Taekwondo says hate that song. Yeah, I know. We've heard it a million times on the TV show Friends. I don't know.
Oh, welcome. We got a first time listener, Brian. No Rest.
Hey, No Rest. New. Welcome to our group. How are you doing tonight?
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. You'll love it here. We talk about a lot of different Emmys. Right, Brian?
Yeah. Josh Leby says fall in my timeline.
Yep, I remember fall too, Josh, in my timeline too.
Hey, wait, hold on real quick. I got to knock on the door. Hold on.
To knock on the door?
Hey, man. Can you say, Lucy, you got some explaining?
You say to them, me, Tarzan, you, Jane.
Hi, Lucy. You got some explaining to do.
There you go. All right, Walter. Hey, that's my good buddy roommate Walter.
Ask him if he remembers.
He remembers, Lucy. You got some explaining to do.
No, I mean the other one, the me, Tarzan, you, Jane. Ask him.
I'll ask him later, but let's continue on.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Thomas?
Hey,
How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Thomas Namas.
Okay, let me play this clip. Let me play this clip and let everyone hear it now. Okay, like we heard it. I could have sworn it was fall, but now it's pour. Just listen.
What?
Yeah.
Pour?
I could have sworn it was fall.
So did I, Brian. I'm with you 100%.
Here, I'll play the volume up. It sounds like fall.
But it did. We made it happen, Brian.
Oh my God.
Brian, they said fall.
Yeah, wait, whoa, I heard fall. What the freak?
A second ago, I made it happen.
A second ago, I heard pour. I'm serious.
Let me think pour now.
Hang on.
I'm gonna think pour.
Now it said pour.
I changed my thinking.
Oh man, that's messing.
Brian, I did that.
That's messing me up right now. Oh,
I'm gonna do fall again. Let me see if I can change it. Fall. Do it again.
Lucy definitely has some explaining to do, huh?
I think we can change our reality, Brian. I think that's what's happening.
Well, there's some things I don't want to change, like in reality. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think we have that. No, I
don't know. You never know. I mean.
All right, guys. Check this out. Crazy. This is Apple goes all the way back in time, basically, and comes out with this iPad in like the 1980s.
What?
Yeah. What is
iPad
up with that?
It's the 1980s, guys.
It looks like that? Yeah. iPads. I mean, look at this tablet-looking computer as far back as the 1980s.
What?
It was the Frog design to help revolutionize the company and transform it.
That's crazy, Brian.
I guess back then it was kind of ugly.
Yeah, but still an iPad in the 80s? They barely just came out with computers.
I know.
That doesn't make no no sense.
This is bashful. The frog design. Let's see.
Wow.
I don't know. This one even looks weird. I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to see more technology change as time goes on.
Hi, Sheena. Sheena's in the house.
Oh, hey, Sheena.
She's one of my members, Brian.
Oh. We have, look,
hey, Sheena, welcome.
The world's first fax machine. You guys know the fax machine was patented in 1845?
What?
Yeah.
However, having patented the idea in 1843,
yeah, oh yeah, 1843. That's
1843?
That's when the patent.
What?
The oldest existing fax machines are in the Musée National des Techniques in Paris. These magnificent contraptions, called pantelegraphs, were built by a French engineer called Abbé Caselli in about 1860.
Wow, 1860. So apparently they were able to send...
1843.
Around that time, they were able to send images.
Wow.
All right, let's see what the next one is. Okay, this one gets me, guys. I'm going to have to ask you, before I play this clip, do you remember the cafe scene when Marty asks for a tab, and then he says, well, something, then he says, I'll have a Pepsi free, right? And then the guy says, well, if you want to order something, kid, you're going to have to pay for it, right? So I always remember him walking out of the store, and I was wondering, like, well, how come he didn't pay for his sugar-free coffee? And now there's not only change on the table, because I went to go share this with Theresa last night, and I believe it changed because now there's a guitar pick. And that wasn't there before.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought the same thing with you, Brian. Whenever I've seen this movie, I actually have the movie here. I always wondered how he walked out of there and he never paid, because I never remember seeing any money. And all of a sudden, there's coins and what is that, a blue guitar pick?
Yeah, look, I mean, you have to watch this scene now in Back to the Future. I know it's a very minute detail, but this right here kind of sort of freaks me out a little bit. You know, check this out.
Let's ask the
okay,
chat what they
let's ask the
about
audience.
Back to the Future.
Let's ask the audience. Hey, Keith, how you doing? Good to have you.
Good to see you. Hi, Theresa. I hear you on the phone there.
Hey, Keith. Hey, do you remember Back to the Future?
Yeah, Brian was showing me the picture earlier. I seen that.
Do you remember
that was
him
so
having
weird.
coins on the on when he was ordering the coffee? Remember he got the coffee?
Right.
Remember there being coins and a guitar pick there?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't remember that. I seen the picture Brian showed me. It was like, well, it was crazy.
I know, because I always remember watching this movie so many times, and I wonder how he ran out and didn't pay his bill.
I know, that was so weird. There's so many things
coins here. I wonder if that's a clue about something.
Oh wow, wait a minute, hold on.
The monetary system.
Right, if you want a Pepsi, pal, you're gonna have to pay for it, right? Or you'll have to pay for it. That's what he said, right?
Keith.
Okay, the Taekwondo says no, he didn't leave money.
Oh, yes, right. I agree with you.
Did he
have no money there?
Did he have money on the table or no money on the table? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either, Brian.
It seemed like I would have remembered because
he ran out and didn't pay.
Yeah, no, that was an incredibly good find earlier. I like that.
Not only that, yeah, thanks, Keith. And not only that.
Ask Joshua.
Yeah, Josh Leby has a good memory. Josh, do you remember?
Hey, Joshua, ask him.
Do you remember him having the money on the table or not? Because I don't.
Diner.
Raining in Orlando. Josh, I'm asking you a question if you remember. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, it is raining in Orlando, by the way, Josh.
Oh, Josh doesn't remember. He doesn't remember either.
Anybody in the chat Back to the Future fans remember in the movie, the first movie where he's ordering his coffee? And do you remember there being any coins?
Taekwondo. Okay, Taekwondo says there was he or she remembers money on the table.
Who does?
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo. Frankie says I don't remember money. Well, check this out. You're not only going to see.
That's what's weird.
I know. You're not only going to see money in just a second. You're going to see a guitar pick.
Yeah, a blue one. Unless that's changed color.
All right, let me share this screen a minute. Whoop.
Is Josh in Orlando?
I don't know about that. Josh, do you live in Orlando?
You know, I grew up in Orlando, Keith. I don't remember me telling you that. I grew up there my whole life.
You had links to Orlando. I remember vaguely from about a couple years ago, but yeah. Wow, it's been so long, hasn't it, guys?
In 2004, I grew up there.
Time is flying fast, though.
Oh my God. Don't remind me, my birthday's coming
Holy
up,
crap.
guys.
Are you serious? It's 10 o'clock.
I know, time is flying incredibly fast. Every day, every week.
Almost 10 o'clock.
It's shocking. I started my diet to lose weight 3.5 months ago. Lost 70 pounds, and it feels like the time has just gone by like that.
Yeah, wait, Keith,
Yeah, it is going fast.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you did lose a lot of weight. What did you do?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. It's just letting me
speeding up along with time.
Get into my soul, literally my living soul, and you know, it just to me, it's a larger thing. You know, getting connected into even the Mandela effect overall has been very helpful in this regard because you know we can get our mind around things and we can you know be able to change the way we view something is a powerful thing. If you can do it, not everybody can do that, but if you can actually change the way you view things and, you know, you could find happiness even in, you know, situations that aren't the best. You could find the joy out of life no matter where you are. You know, I think those things are more important than just, okay, well, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to go lose weight. But you got all of these other problems. And it's hard to go on such an endeavor like any big or worthwhile endeavor or worth having, like losing weight, right?
Yeah.
Many people fail at that. It's so important to fix your mind first. And that's for everybody, not just us in the ME community. However, I think us in the ME community have a big advantage because we have this huge spiritual awakening going on. We're getting real truth. We're inspired. You know, we could actually, it's hard to change your mind. And the Mandela effect is a faith-based thing. If you don't believe that, just look at all the people losing their faith.
Yeah.
So, you know, and if you...
Josh just said.
What do you say?
Josh says, I think Theresa should move to the East Coast. I grew up on the East Coast. I moved here to Vegas to get away from hurricanes.
I'm sorry. Keith, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's all good. So I really...
I'm getting away from hurricanes.
The hurricanes are constant stable every year. And, you know, it's okay.
I'm in Las Vegas. We have no threats here. The only threats we have is scared about earthquakes, which we've been having a lot of crazy stuff happening lately. Little minor ones happening. But as far as the weather goes, we have the perfect weather here.
Okay.
Seriously.
Thanks, Theresa, for sharing that. Keith, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. So yeah, I really think that if we can use the Mandela effect in order to get into our deeper psyche, because it is a faith-based thing, because you know, faith is a powerful thing. I mean, look how many people go to church every Sunday just based on faith. They live their lives differently based solely upon faith. And if you can use the Mandela effect, and honestly, people are convincing themselves of the most wild, far out theories and that it's truth for them. And that's fine. But a lot of this truth tends to get very negative. So, you know, I think what the challenge is to sometimes, you know, remove yourself from the baggage, to leave your baggage back there, but to walk into the metaphorical room saying, I want to have a happier, better life. And to do through the Mandela effect is possible, I think, because it's directly, you know, moving into our faith. And faith is a powerful thing, and that we have control over that is a very unique factor. That's only, to me, a gift from God, because we actually have the ability to get into our deeper psyche where faith is involved and to use that faith in order to fire us up to do good things. But if you're always constant on, you know, if you're focused on bad things, if everything's a negative thing, if every day's a bad day, then, you know, we really got to work on those things before we can get into endeavors like losing weight. However, if you're there, or if you feel like you're up to the task, I think that losing weight is absolutely a monumentally good and honest endeavor to take up. But, you know, you got to go about it the right way. Don't go running into it all the way really fast. You know, take the long view is my view. And if you can relax, be patient. You know what they say, patience, you give a man patience, and what does he get? A line at the bank, right? All that patience brings him wealth. And now, ironically enough, he's so patient, and here he is waiting at a line in the bank in order to cash all his big bucks, right? From being patient and learning that the long view is the right view. And anything else outside of that is going to fall apart. But luckily for us in the Mandela Effect community, like for me, for example, 3.5 months, boom, just like that, almost like a flash. And yet I've been dieting, I've been happy, I've been losing weight, I've been doing the things I want to do. I'm filled with energy, things are going straight and forward and fast and furious, but yet I lost weight, right? What's the biggest problem when people are trying to lose weight? It's that they are overburdened with the task. It's that they are drowned down into the task and they don't want to do it after a week, 2 weeks. They're really hurting at this point. I think the idea is to go in a healthy way, a happy way, and to keep that mode up, and that it shouldn't be work. You know, I tell people you got to love yourself right where you're at so that you can love everybody else for who they are. A beautiful thing happens when you do that. Then you no longer have to worry about, you know, all those nuances that we all normally do, because, you know, truthfully, we don't really all love ourselves like that. That's the truth. You can deny, oh, well, I ain't got no problem there, whatever. All of us deal with it. So you have to fully, truly, and completely and wholeheartedly love yourself. They say, like, marry yourself, literally, right? And then when you fully love yourself, every aspect about you, it really is, and I don't know if you've ever done that before, but it really is so much easier, so much easier to love everybody else. You don't have any of these problems. You become a truer, more genuine person. You're going after the things that your heart drives and passion drives. You know, if you're losing weight, that's fine, because you love you now. So actually, it's not this big, bad, horrible thing. You're just doing something to improve yourself. You take the long view on things. You're a steady approach. Unlike those who fall away and lose their focus, you're steady and you're solid. So that's my best advice, really, when it comes to losing weight, is to have that plan, you know, and then we can get into diets. You know, like I basically, you know, my intake should be about 3,000 calories a week. I'm sorry, a day. And I knock it down about 1,000 to 1,500 calories. And I make sure I break that up into at least 6 meals. I make sure that I'm never hungry. If I'm hungry, I eat, because hungry people are moody. And, you know, that's it. Like, it's really simple stuff. I haven't gone to the gym. I'll be adding that part in. You know, there's other factors that you could do that you purposely hold back because you're not trying to go all in at once.
And all you have to do too, I mean, if you guys want to see Keith how he was and then how he is now, just go back and look at some of our old feeds or check out his channel too. You could definitely see a difference. Keith, you look good, man.
To my Facebook, and on my Facebook, I actually have like 45 pictures of, you know, back in 06 when I was like super cut up. Like, I'm actually like a bodybuilder, right? So I'm a nutritionalist. You know, I like to talk about motivational things and help build and bring and lift people up. But, you know, if you go to the Facebook, you'll see all those pictures. I definitely know what I'm talking about. And that was some years ago. I've learned some stuff. We've got the Mandela effect in our lives now. We've got a lot of different things. To me, I think everything we experience in life is another avenue, a tool by which we can use to improve our own lives. Is the Mandela effect any different, or should we not be doing that? I mean, all faith is for that, right?
Of course. I mean, I mean, I could see what you're saying now with the faith-based reality, using your faith in God and the Mandela effect too, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
It sounds at first when you hear, okay, wait a second, how exactly, how can we employ this? What can we do? If you think about it, it's possible because it is your faith. It comes from here, you know?
Right. We just need motivation sometimes, you know?
We do. We do.
Sheena says, I lost 32 pounds by cutting down on carbs and sugar in the past few months. Great job, Sheena.
So great, Sheena. This is the kind of stuff I think we need to be doing in the ME community, talking about the new changes, build our faith up, make sure that we share our personal Mandela effects, and also share our successes and how the Mandela effect has changed us in ways for the better. This is how we're going to phase ourselves into the next step as well. And
that's right.
We're going to do.
Well, thanks, Keith, for sharing that. If you'll stick around, just if you don't mind, I got some more MEs to bring up, and if you got some too, we'll bring those up as well. I know Theresa's just tickled to death over there over some of these. You know, finding the residue is a really hard job, which she does. She really excels at finding residue. Isn't that right, Theresa?
Oh yes, thank you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So anyway, this Back to the Future is going to be really hard to find residue. I doubt you'll find residue. It's insane.
That's going to take me a while to look for that one, Brian. But I can tell you that I don't remember the change because like I said, I always remember him running out of there, and I'm like, he didn't pay his bill.
All right, I don't know how I'm going to avoid copyright. I will do my best. I will mute it if I have to. Anyway, here it is, guys. Huh?
I've got screenshots for that.
Yeah.
I know. I just want to.
Give me a tab.
Give me a tab.
Tab. I can't give you a tab.
Tab.
Order something.
Tab. I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
All right, give me a Pepsi free.
All right, give me a Pepsi free.
You want a Pepsi, pal? You're gonna pay for it.
You want a Pepsi, pal? You got to pay for it.
Just give me something without any sugar in it, okay?
Give me some without any sugar. All right, okay. So watch this. You heard that?
Wow. The change.
There it is. Oh wow. You saw that, guys, right?
Yep.
It's right here in the lower, on the bottom. I knew it was wrong right away when I heard the man clang change on the table. That was not there.
No.
And see the guitar pick.
Huge. I mean,
you definitely see the guitar pick right here. That was not there.
Why were you taking it with him?
I don't know. Plus, the McFlys look slightly different, don't they now? Like, I thought they both had their arms like Marty is right here. I thought that's how this guy was. His arms now pointing to the... I don't know. That part I'm not too concerned with. This part I am with the change on the table. What do you guys... Do you remember that?
No.
There it is. You can see it better now.
Yeah, that's wacky.
I know. Oh, man. Yep.
One of your listeners in the chat, Rocco Donato, asked did you see the new Mandela effect affected nickels? I'm not sure. I don't know if you're listening. What is the story behind that? There's something to do with our nickels.
I'm not sure. I don't have a nickel in front of me.
You, Keith?
I'm looking around here now.
I'm looking at my nickels now. Everybody get out your nickels.
What's going on with the nickels?
No, I don't have a nickel. I got a dime, a quarter, and a penny.
What's the ME about it? He said yes. No, yes. What is the change, Rocco? Can you tell us?
I know they reissued new nickels. Thomas Jefferson looks different now.
He does.
Hold on.
I wonder if he's typing. He said yes, but I don't know what the change is.
Yeah, ask him what the change is.
Rocco, if you're listening, what is the change for the nickels, the Mandela effect? Can you tell us?
Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, some of these are just like a reissue.
Are you sure?
Around 2011, 2012, they started changing them.
I don't know if he's going to type anything here.
Yeah, just ask him.
I did. I'll wait for him to respond.
All right.
Oh, wait. Oh, here you go. The one that looks like a zombie. Short, hale, beady eyes. Which one looks like a zombie? Brian, look at your nickels. Do you see any zombies?
I don't, but...
Rocco, what years are you talking about? Like
let's bring up the chat window one more
further
time.
back?
Let's see.
He says something about something looks like a zombie.
Zombie Jefferson, Carla Redpill. That's funny. Hey, Carla. That's funny. I mean, we have to stop and scoff at some of these new MEs. You know, joke around about them. Okay, there was 2, now there are 3, Rocco says.
What?
2, now there
There's
are 3.
2.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean there's 2?
That one looks like a zombie. Short. Hell, beady eyes.
I wish you could call in.
Yeah, more info. We need more info on that one. So we're gonna put a question mark by that one. Need input. Okay, so the next ME. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Does everybody remember that poem?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was it called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas?
'Twas the night before Christmas. Sounds a little bit, I don't know.
Okay. Well, would you be surprised to find out it's always been the night before Christmas?
Yeah, because it sounds right, like 'twas the night before Christmas, like with the T'_WAS, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And apparently in this
I think that's right, man. I think that's right. You know, you got to trust your gut feeling too.
Do you think it's always been this, or it was? Was it? Because now it's the night before Christmas.
I don't remember it like that.
Many books, Brian, to show you that.
I know. America's famous.
Did you ask him about settle our brains? Remember that part?
Yeah, it says settled our brains for a long winter's nap now.
Yeah.
Written by Clement.
How do you settle your brain?
So the original poem, Clement Clark Moore, first published in 1823. The night before Christmas. It kind of sounds like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Doesn't it, though?
It
like playing like word games too, you know.
Everybody remembers Twas in the group, Brian.
Really, let's go to the. I want to see the chat and see what they say. Hold on.
They say Twas.
Twas the night.
Looking at it.
Okay, was it Twas?
Twas. Yep.
It's what we all remember.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
We all remember Twas.
Was.
Show the books that I sent you. Hey,
that's so weird. Hey, Preliminal.
Preliminal's in the house, Brian.
Hey, Preliminal. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Prim. I call him Prim.
All right, so the night. Twas the night before Christmas. Now here's proof. Okay, this book actually says by Clement C. Moore, and it says, look right here, 'twas the night before Christmas.
Oh, it's the 2012 one.
Yeah, this book right here.
That's right.
Christmas by Clement C. Moore.
You see that? 'Twas the night before Christmas by Clement C. Moore.
'Twas the night before Christmas by Clement C. Moore.
Apparently, they got it wrong.
2012.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums.
I want to hear the part where they talk about the.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
There you go. Had settled down for a long winter's nap. There, that's Residue too, because the poem now says settled their brains.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's weird. This is Residue. I want to copy that book.
Brian,
hang on to this one.
I know which nickel it is. Oh
What
my
is
God.
it? What is it? Does anybody remember William Shakespeare looking like a pirate with an earring? Does anybody remember that?
No.
Too modernized. It's too modern, that earring.
Yeah, that seems a little modern, doesn't it?
It does.
Seems pretty modern to me.
That's exactly what I thought too. I mean, if this is supposed to be, how far back is this Shakespeare supposed to be?
That is back in 500, 600, 700, somewhere around there. Or it says.
Yeah. Look at the earrings. It looks like something you could go to Walmart and buy.
How many women had earrings even? Like, I don't even know what the answer to that is back then, you know?
I know. I mean, it could have been a fashion thing back then. What are people saying in the chat about this one? What do you guys say in the chat?
I found the nickel.
You did?
Yeah, you don't want to see it. It's freaky. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, send me a picture of it.
It's Jefferson 2012 nickel. You should see his eyes. Oh, my God.
I want to see what the chat says about...
You don't want to see this nickel.
Okay. I do actually want to see it, though.
No, you don't.
Now you got me begging.
And pleading? And wishing and hoping. Remember that song?
Hey, Filthy Rich Punk. How you doing? Welcome to our chat.
That's a cool name.
Brandon. Hey, Brandon. We got Tobin.
Hi, Tobin. Hi, Brandon.
Virgo says no loops like a pirate.
Here you go, Brian.
As I say, it's always good to see you.
The painting.
That is creepy looking.
No earring. Most people say no earring. Hey, Ronan. How you doing? Shakespeare turned into Jack Sparrow, Adam says.
Yes.
He's just trying to look cool, guys. That's
okay.
all.
So Theresa's going to share with me the nickel, right?
Yeah, I want you to zoom in on his eyes. They're really creepy looking. See?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Creepy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one is kind of creepy.
See? It's 2012, Brian. If you want to look at some other pictures, it's look for the nickel. 2012 is the year.
So what do you think, guys? You think 2012 was the turning point?
Creepy year.
I do. I definitely do, Brian. There's reasons for that, though. You know, when you have an opinion about that, you got
another picture. Oh my God, Brian! I just found another picture. He looks possessed. Hold on.
Okay. What were you saying?
Close-up.
Okay. What were you saying, Keith? Sorry. There is a slight delay here. I apologize, guys. What were you saying, Keith?
Always a delay between the actual, I think it's about 5 seconds, you know. But anyways, yeah, I was just saying, when it comes to the 2012 and the start of the Mandela effect, I think a lot of us agree that that's the date or around the date, because many of us can go back to that time and remember things in our lives. Like there's things, facts, right, that we can actually remember. And I remember facts back then that were like, you know, really put it together for me, man. Really put it together.
Let me ask you this. Did you hear of anyone talking about Nibiru or the Mandela effect back then?
No, I have heard of other things, but I remember back then myself experiencing things like in my personal life. You know what I mean? I think most of us who attested 2012 or around about that time have a vivid memory of their own life, and most of it's personal MEs. Now, I might be wrong. That's true for me, but I think that's true for most. What do you guys think in the comments?
Let's see. Turn to the chat now. Was 2012 the turning point for you as well? Did you realize that things were different, maybe? And what was your timeline like? Somebody, oh, Brandon, congratulations. Graduated in 2012. Wow.
Oh my God.
Joshua Leby says, Theresa, look at the 2005 nickel.
I just looked at the 2005 too?
Yeah, 5.
Okay,
that was the 2012 one.
That one was creepy too. Okay, so 2005.
Yep, Filthy Rich. I remember them talking about the Mayans too. The Mayans 2012 scare. We thought we were all going to die, I guess. It was the end of the timeline and on to a new one, I guess.
There's a lot of that going on, Brian. I remember that. And that was definitely, I think, part of all of our experiences. But, man, I couldn't even explain my whole 2012 experience in this short show.
Dang, you all are making me feel old, man. I graduated in 1999.
No, I turned 40 this month, guys. I turned 40. That's another Mandela effect thing. I don't even think I look 40. You know, you ever feel like you're in like a wrong time or something? I get that a lot because everywhere I go, you know, people mention that to me. Like, are you?
Oh, you look like probably mid-30s or something, man.
Yeah, like I get that so much.
Oh yeah, I see it now, Brian.
I want to show you guys something real quick. Before I show you, let me ask you something. Does anybody remember Haribo gummy bears? It's like Haribo. It's like a German candy company, and they make like different shapes. They make the twin snakes. They make the those little root beer bottles, gummy root beer bottles, gummy cherries. Does anybody remember that candy company? Was it Haribo gummy bears or was it Gold Bears? What do you remember?
I think it's Haribo. Does that sound more like it was? Most people are saying in the comments Haribo.
Yeah, but that's not it though. Was it called gummy bears or was it called Gold Bears? I want to know.
Gold Bear.
Hold on it. Was it Haribo Gold Bears or gummy bears?
Let's see what it is. Josh says Haribo.
Yeah, I know it was Haribo the same way it's spelled now. I'm not asking about the spelling. Josh says gummy bears.
Oh, spaced out. Oh, wait. Guess who's in the house, Brian? You got to get him on.
Wait, preliminary. Wait, spaced out. Come on, you got to join our chat, man.
Yes, we need him. No. We need him to call in. We need to get him on.
Okay, spaced
Give him
out.
the phone number.
Spaced out. You got to call in.
Oh my God, I'm so glad he's here.
Okay.
He told me he was going to try to make it.
Okay,
Give him the phone number.
Okay.
That's how you say it in German, anyways. But it's because I'm pretty good at speaking German. Golden Baron is what someone says here. So in effect, it would be Gold Bears, Brian. Gold Bears.
I mean, that's what it is now. But I seem to remember gummy bears for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a weird one. So now it's Gold Bears. That might not be an ME, okay? But for me, I remember gummy bears. Might be personal one.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
All right, we'll call that one. Put a question mark on that one.
Right.
All right, next one.
Those are
black holes are in the ocean now. We have scientists found black holes, oceanic whirlpools could be the sign of a black hole on Earth. Like,
oh wow.
I mean, that's coming from scientists talking about that.
Scott Balo. You're not funny.
What did you send me, Theresa?
Funny, what's with the boner for spaced out?
Okay, hold on. We got to get spaced out on here.
Come on, spaced out.
Phone number to call in.
Step on up. You are the next.
Does anybody have that number? If not, I'll post it.
We all forgot it.
Okay, no problem.
Scott's like,
I'll send it again.
I don't want to say the word on the air. I can't say it.
What?
Never mind.
Oh.
You got it.
The word.
Okay. All right. Here's the phone number. The phone lines.
I thought it was funny.
Already are.
The phone lines are open.
Tell them to call in.
All in. Bring it on, baby. What you got for us?
Hey, Salted. How you doing?
Yours.
Need to
come on, spaced out. Just come on, just for a few.
Yes, he's like the hardest person to get a hold of. That's what the big deal, guys. Is this guy? I love his channel. He's got great videos. I am excited that he's in the house. And please call in, spaced out. Please call in. You're like the hardest person to get a hold of. Please.
The
phone number.
The phone line is open.
Think you'll call?
Oh, we got a caller.
There we go. Get that phone.
Hello, caller. Welcome. You're on the air.
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, good, man. You?
I'm doing really good. I just in a couple coins. Like I mentioned before, this is Rocco Donato, and in the nickels, we had the traditional nickel Washington face, and then we had one they put out in the 2000s when they were doing the quarters all around the states. You remember that, right?
Yeah. People, I collected them.
Yeah, and then they put out a side view of Washington with his actual signature of Liberty. But then we have this new one, you know, with these like really dotted eyes and short haircut. and I don't remember that nickel. I don't know. Maybe I just don't remember it, but it's weird.
Wait, what year?
I don't know. I don't even know the years because I didn't look into it too much. I'll tell you what, though, the nickel. That's not even the strange part. I found a silver dollar with Ellis Island as the purported place of the Statue of Liberty. I have it here.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, I have. You got to go to my channel, Rocco Donato. You can see it. And I got it. And I got the Lord's Prayer, too, in an old book. The one that don't say like it does now.
All right, let me see. Can you post something in the chat so I could click on where your channel is?
Oh, okay.
And by the way, guys, feel free to subscribe to each other. You know, help each other build your channels. You know, that gets the word out.
I'm not trying to build my channel. I don't care. It's just like really.
Oh.
It's a non-monetary channel. It's just like so. It's so unbelievable that this shit can change. I mean, our reality up until a few years ago was stable. I mean, what's going on? You know, this is crazy.
Right.
What do you want me to post?
Do you want to email it to mandelaeffectawareness@gmail.com if you don't mind?
Ask him what year he woke up. I'm curious.
This year, on January 10th.
Wow.
Ah, okay, because a lot of people have been waking up in 2016. I'm one of them in December. Brian, you were in December. There's a lot of people who woke up in 2016.
Yeah, I woke up in 2016 and around the August, September time frame.
Well, so you guys were like, obviously, I was so busy working, raising a child. I mean, I didn't even go on the computer. I didn't care. I was like a lot of people until one day I sat down and I'm a reader of the King James Bible, and I don't believe that's the only way. You could read the NIV or whatever, but my point is I stayed with the same Bible for 9 years, and one day I opened it up and Jesus was walking through the cornfield with his disciples, and they were picking corn, and I was like, no, it was wheat or grain. No.
Yeah, that's wrong, isn't it?
Say again.
I said that's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I went to my pastor and I said, Pastor, what's going on here? And he said, no, they grew grain right beside the corn. And I said, well, like, things are changing. Hurry up. Can you baptize me? And he said, no. I said, why? He said, well, because you'd have a vote in the church then. Because baptism means that I went to this church 9 years, and he said, and I thought real quick, well, what does a vote mean? A vote means control of money. So God says in the Bible that you cannot love mammon and Jesus at the same time. And so all these churches are loving money.
Another call.
Wow.
Okay.
Another call.
All right. Talk to you later, buddy. Bye.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I don't know if you can say.
Thanks, Rocco.
I think you had another call.
I think so too. Okay, the call line is open.
Wow, 2 in a row. We're on a roll.
I heard a ding. Let's see. Maybe that's my email
Oh,
going on.
call right back, okay? Please. I hope it was Spaced Out Productions.
Very possible. Spaced Out. We're waiting for your phone call.
Go ahead. The lines are open now.
Somebody please pass out that phone number. Get that magic phone number out.
That's right. Pass it on. Share it with your friends.
Oh, wow. Here's that 2005 nickel that Joshua Levy wanted to share.
Crazy looking. There you go. There's your call.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Hey, welcome, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome.
Hey, so I just wanted to say I did a video on Nelson Mandela,
Mandela being spelled Mandela, and I found thousands and thousands of articles with that spelling. And I didn't have the time to like really look deep into it, but I feel like maybe there's something there. If his name in itself is an effect, I mean, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I've heard it even been spelled Mandala, like one of those.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like one of those dream catchers or something like that.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of Eastern mysticism, it is spelled that way. But this was I actually searched newspaper articles on a website called Elefind. So it's like the word elephant, but it's Elefind, PHIND.com. And it's an archive of newspapers, and I just typed in Nelson Mandela with 2 L's, and hundreds of articles came up with that spelling.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So maybe it's something to look at. I don't know. I feel like maybe there might be something there, maybe an obscure article buried somewhere, or maybe some kind of clue to something.
I don't know. There's a Richard and a William Mandela spelled that way.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I typed it in, and it took me that there were several articles in South Africa about Nelson Mandela, and it was spelled that way. And I was like, I wonder if that's some way of like hiding something that happened with him or about him by having it spelled differently.
I'm wondering why they don't have his date. The date he died now is December 5th, 2013. When do you remember him dying?
Oh, I remember him dying way years ago, like in the either late 80s or early 90s. Yeah, and then what I remember is in like the year maybe 2003 or 2004, I remember just hearing a news article mentioning him as the president of South Africa, and I just remember in my mind, and I knew nothing obviously about the Mandela effect back then. I remember thinking, wait a minute, what in the world, Nelson Mandela? How did he suddenly become president? The last thing I heard about him is he died, and it just blew my mind. But it wasn't enough to like really startle me. I just was like, that just sounds so weird, and I just went on and did whatever I was doing.
Theresa, do you have anything you want to say? Do you have anything you wanted to say or ask?
No.
I woke up in 2016 with Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
That
is so weird, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it blew my mind. And then you know what it did? And it took me about a year and a half, and I contacted my old supervisor to make sure that I wasn't just having a false memory. But I remember an old boss of mine who was a single dad. He took me to lunch with him and his 2 sons, and we went to Chick-fil-A. And in the restaurant in front of his kids, I started freaking out because I looked up at the menu and at the name of the restaurant while we were inside and the packaging, and it said Chick, CHICK, and this was in 2012. And I said, and I like literally cursed. I said, holy S word, guys. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, you guys, what's going on? Why is this place called Chick-fil-A? What the hell? And like, they just looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, what? And I just assumed that for whatever reason, one of the franchises had named it Chick, CHICK. But it just, my mind was blown. And then that's the only memory I have. And then like, I couldn't tell you what happened the rest of that day. But at that moment, it just totally blew my mind. And then years later, I find out that it changed the Mandela effect. I was like, whoa.
Wow, his goes real far back.
That's mind blowing. Yes.
Hey Brian, did you tell him you used to work for Chick-fil-A?
I did back in the day, like 96 to 90.
I remember that too.
Between 96 and 99, I actually, it was like 2000 when I left. So it was like 3.5 years, and I even got the scholarship and everything. And all my paperwork has changed. All my pay stubs. My name tag freaking changed too.
Yeah, it's
your name tag. That's right.
Not only that, like speaking of another company, do you know Hillshire Farms is now Hillshire Farm, right?
Oh wow, that's a big one, right?
Yeah, I heard about that one. Hillshire Farm.
Yeah, it's Hillshire Farm now. It was Farms. I know it for a fact. And Rena, who was in our group, she mentioned that she worked there, and it was Hillshire Farms, and it's always been Hillshire Farm in this reality. our timelines.
Oh my God.
We're beginning to wonder if it's like a paradigm shift. Maybe we're not really sure what's going on. I mean,
there could also be some kind of weird battle going on between the powers that are and those that shouldn't be.
Right.
And then one more, and then I'll get off so someone else can call in, is Caldwell Banker. That was one of my first videos I did on the Mandela effect. Caldwell Banker, I can remember driving by that place hundreds of times in this little town in Texas that I lived in. And I told a buddy of mine at work, and he freaked out and said, no. He says, I just bought a house. He goes, I've got the lady's business card. I got all the information, and I financed it through Caldwell Banker. And, of course, it's now Coldwell Banker, like having a cold or a flu.
Yeah, it's Caldwell.
And he insisted that when he went back to his paperwork, he was going to find it all say Caldwell. And when I asked him about a month later, he said, yeah, I went back and looked at all my paperwork, and it all says Coldwell.
No freaking way.
That's insane. Did any...
So ridiculous.
No, you're fine.
I was home visiting my parents, and we had a stack of old VHS tapes, and I was going through them looking for Mandela effects. And wouldn't you know it, from like 1990-something or other, there was a commercial for Coldwell Banker, what it is now.
Oh, wow.
On an old VHS tape.
Oh, my God.
Like, oh, my God, where am I? What is happening?
No, it was Caldwell.
Yeah, it was Caldwell Banker. It was a brown or a yellow-colored sign. And now any city you go to, anywhere in the U.S., it's blue and white. And it says Coldwell Banker, Bang.
Well, Keith,
yep.
I'm sure around Florida you see a lot of people selling their homes and stuff like that. What do you remember? Do you remember Coldwell or Caldwell Banker? Like, be honest. What do you remember?
Yeah, no, I remember Coldwell as well. It's just really weird.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man.
Holy crap, Brian.
So let me ask you one more question. Hang on, Theresa, real quick.
All right, I just found an awesome residue.
Residue?
Oh my God! It even says Caldwell, and it's showing all these houses.
All right, let me see that. And so,
holy
like,
crap.
Caller, what was your name again? I'm sorry.
It's Barry. It's Barry.
Barry, hey.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry. How's it going?
Hey, by the way, Barry, I don't know if you're into the Flash or any comics or anything like that, but my sticker where my name is on Skype at work, I got the Flash emblem. So I love the Flash.
I think I've seen it, but I wasn't a super hardcore fan of it. Like I didn't follow it that closely.
Yeah, I understand. It's fine. It's all good. So, like, what's the biggest Mandela effect for you? You said.
Well, the one that really just like where I knew for sure it was real and something really crazy and supernatural was happening. I got hit with 3 of them at once, and that was the Chick-fil-A, and then in the beginning God created the heavens, or the heaven now. When I saw those 2 things, that's when I knew it was real. And every other one after that for me was believable. But that one blew my mind. And when I heard about Berenstain Bears, it literally made me think it was a joke. I was like, okay, someone is definitely messing with us. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Berenstain. I just knew that that was not right. So, but yeah, the biggest one for me are like the celebrities that are alive who have obviously died, and name changes, and some of the stuff I see overnight. There's so many A's turning into pyramids. It's just really bizarre. So many of the A's and new companies and companies that I've done business with for years, all of a sudden the A is a pyramid now. It's no longer an A.
Oh my God.
It's almost like an alien language. I'm not really sure. Like,
so strange. It's so strange. Yeah. So I think something's going on for sure. I remember Obama announcing a bunch of money he was donating towards the Brain Initiative, some kind of new program that they were going to do called the Brain Initiative. And I also think that somehow it's tied into, I don't know if you guys saw this video about the series Year on Currency. I'm a property manager. I collect rent, and I get stacks and stacks and stacks of cash. And 99% of them are all 2013, 2013, 2013, 2013. You can pull any amount of cash out of your pocket, and you look at the series year, and it's 2013, 2013, 2013. The only, with rarely a 2004, a 2006, and a 2009, rarely, but 99% of them are all 2013.
Holy crap, Brian.
That's pretty crazy.
I was just
Brian?
thinking to myself, oh wow.
Wait, hold on. What is this here, Theresa? You're sharing? Is this
This last one that I just sent you says this. This building housed First American National Bank on 4th Avenue North and Union Street for 42 years. Will fall victim to the wrecking ball in a few days. The structure was built here August 2nd, 1973. It was built in 1926 to suit the personal taste of banker historians characterized as Ogdenfield aristocrat O. James E. Caldwell.
James E. Caldwell? There you go. Is that it?
There you go.
Yeah, and the two before, look at the two residues before it. I think they say Caldwell. And these are people who sold houses and in living. Look at the first one.
It was never Caldwell Banker.
No, but look at the first one I sent you, Brian. The first one. The one that says a professional, sleek, and organized open house flyer.
Yep.
They even work for Caldwell.
I saw that. I shared it with the chat. That was good fun.
Wow.
So I mean, there's residue of the old. There's residue of the old memories. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I love this residue.
Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I have a video on my channel where I went into a Caldwell banker and I talked to the lady and I was like, listen, well, that was one of the first videos I did and Moneybags picked it up. Moneybags did a video and he gave me credit for it and said, hey, I agree with this person. It was Caldwell. And then he started showing videos where the title would say Caldwell, but when you watch the commercial, they're saying Caldwell. Just like happens a lot with these things where the title of a newspaper article will be the old way, but when you start reading in the body of it, it's changed to the new way.
I can't believe I found this.
Barry, what is
but
the name?
There's so much residue for Caldwell, it's not even funny, and I just don't get how it's always been Caldwell. It's so bizarre, and that's when I first started really getting into the whole possibility of like different timelines or simulation theory or whatnot. It just boggles the mind. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what's the name of your channel?
Is there a chance timelines are converting together?
Barry, what's the name of your
streaming?
It's it's my name. My name is my channel. If you just type in capital U, the letter U, and then Tuber209, YouTuber209, that's my channel. Just click on it, all my videos pop up. I even found the Haas avocados in a Costco store, and they said HAAS on them. They actually had it printed on the label from Peru.
What?
They were Haas avocados, and I freaked out and made a video and called the store person over and said, look, I was like, people have been telling me that it's my bad memory that remembers HAAS, and here it is right on the label. And they just kind of smiled and were like, oh, okay, well.
Oh, wow. And I see you posted 7 months ago about Gary Oldman. Is now Gary Oldman.
Yeah, that is so weird. What is the old man? That's so crazy. I would always remember if it was old man. It's always been Oldman for me, Gary Oldman.
What is it?
Gary Oldman is now Gary Oldman.
What was it before? Oldman?
It's Oldman. It was Oldman. Now it's Oldman.
Oldman now?
Yeah, old man.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Gary Oldman? What is that?
Wait, hold on. What is this? Hold on a second. You posted here Carnauba wax. It's never been Canuba?
Oh my God, Brian. That one blew my mind. I was going through the car wash. I thought it was a mistake. Carnauba wax has always been what it is for me. Now it's called Carnauba or
No. Wait, hold on. How come we've never heard of this effect, Theresa?
Well, what's this say? I'm sorry.
Okay. Apparently, Carnauba wax is never existed, and now it's Carnauba wax.
Exactly. And there's so much residue for Carnauba. So much residue.
Do you have a link to your? Do you have a way to post a link to your chat? I mean, to your can you do that in the group, Brian?
Well, the thing is, I'm kind of remembering Carnauba wax.
I used to use that on my car all the time, and I remember the name very, very vividly. Carnauba, easy, so easy.
Wow.
And I saw the A, and I was like, wait, how do you even pronounce that? Carnauba. Carnauba.
I know that the thing is, I'm remembering Carnauba wax, and I'm seeing residue for it, like thousands, but
like
you're
no
saying
R?
Yeah, no R, and there's also Carnauba wax. What the heck?
Okay.
And there's but it's actually Carnauba. At least we can agree it's never been Carnauba wax. What the crap?
Definitely. And I see some people commenting that, yeah, they're saying, wow, Carnauba, 100%.
Carnauba? I mean, maybe I've just said the R silent, you know, like Carnauba, but it's never been Carnauba.
No,
oh my God.
Is so foreign. It looks so weird. I started laughing. I was going through the car wash, and I was like, hey, you guys know you made that sign wrong. But while I was still in the car wash, I looked it up, and sure enough, that was the correct spelling. I was like, oh my God, another one.
Oh, wow. Keith.
Yeah.
You got a jet, man?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go. I just I didn't know if you were able to see my text to you, but yeah, I got to get going soon. But I'm always loving to be here and on the show, so I appreciate it so much, Brian, coming on and being able to just share some love. And I get so much love back, and you guys are just mean the world to me in that way. And we should mean that to each other. You know, in the Mandela Effect community, there's nobody else that's going to come in from the outside to lift ourselves up. So we got to do it, you know?
I know. I mean, we're all we really have, you know, when it comes down to it.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that it's okay to say, yeah, I love you, man. You're part of the family. We're part of the family. It's all good, you know?
Well, did you have anything else you wanted to say? You want to do a quick prayer, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I would love to, man. I would be honored to. Yes.
Animals.
We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We'll talk about some Mandela affected animals.
You could come back on again.
Oh, I'll be on soon again. Sure. Usually I'm good for like an hour. It's what I was saying on chat. You know, then I get a little, I don't know. I just have a lot of things going on, but I definitely make time. Even if I'm busy, I make that hour. So it goes both ways.
And I want to thank Barry for joining us too. Thanks, Barry, for presenting the Carnauba wax.
Have a good night.
Hey, have a great night, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Is Spaced Out Productions going to call in, Brian? I hope so.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Go ahead, Keith.
All right, great. Dear Heavenly Father, I would like to take this opportunity to think about a soul that's not with us this evening, but that was going to be with us. She's not feeling up to par, and that's Gloria. Everybody make sure you pray for her as well on your own. Heavenly Father, take care of Gloria. Keep her safe and make her whole so she can get right back here again, and watch out for everybody else and help make us closer to the community and help us free our hearts of our history and our baggage that makes it hard and heavier on our shoulders to approach the brave new world that you're presenting to us. Oh Lord, this is a brave new world. The Mandela Effect community is taking it on with the best courage we have, but we definitely need your continued direction in this community. We feel the faith, we feel the truth, and we just need your loving creator. You've done so much. Just be there for us and continue to guide us and continue to inject truth in our lives. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for coming on with us, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank you. And
it was a pleasure having you.
It's always great to be here, Brian, and it's always great to see everybody that's online and to interact with people. And I'm as much of a mainstay in the show or a mainstay as you would have me. You know that. Been here since the beginning. So, not going anywhere.
All right, and feel free. You can share this on your channel if you like, okay?
Yeah, I'll make a promo and put it together. I'll share it on the channel. I'll share this on the channel, and I'll shoot that over to you.
Okay, sounds great. And by the way, Keith, I don't know if you got a new copy of did I send you the ebook for another Mandela Effect book by I think it's Ball Team 6?
Oh no, I'd love to get it.
Okay, I'll send you a copy. And of course, every time I do a giveaway, I send money to him too to help him because he put a whole year into that book. So it's really great. You have to check it out.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's so awesome.
I'll send it to you.
It's amazing.
All right. Well, thanks, Keith. We'll see you.
Thank you, guys. Adios.
So let's talk. Yeah, he is amazing, and we're gonna check about we're gonna check these other Mandela effects now with these animals. Now, what's going on with? Are we turning into animals or what? Because now we have scapular wings. You know, shoulder.
Yeah. Do you want to show pictures of that? Maybe we're gonna fly away, Brian.
I don't know. It's really bizarre. Who'd you say did the video on this one?
That one was Once Upon a Timeline.
Okay, Once Upon a Timeline.
She was showing the scapular in the back. I don't know if you want to show pictures of those. Mine doesn't stick out like that.
No, mine don't do that either.
Well, unfortunately, I guess some people, and it's affecting some people. Affecting. You want to show pictures of it?
Yeah, well, let me tell you what I've been having lately, and I don't know if anyone else has had this either. But like lately, like the tops of my knees, the kneecaps, they feel weird. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel like I have like a pain, like I can feel cartilage in my knee or something right there at the top. Just weird. It's got a weird.
I know I woke up this morning with a stiff neck, but I don't think that's related to the scapular. My neck's been stiff and around my shoulders, so maybe.
Oh man.
Could be affected. Yeah, it's like my neck and my back a little bit. So maybe it is. Maybe it is. Ask your Anybody been having any back problems? Any upper back problems around the neck, where your scapular is at in the back? Has anybody been having pain or any unusual things going on up there? What about you, Brian?
I don't know. I haven't. I've been having some neck pains.
Oh, Spaced Out wants the phone number.
Oh, Spaced Out. Yeah. You got to call in, brother.
Gotta give him the number.
Okay. I posted it. There it is. Come on, Spaced Out.
764 1552. Please call in now, Spaced.
I'm Carla says, how old are you? I am 73 backwards.
I'm 55 backwards. Well, November 12th.
We're gonna.
That's a tough one, Brian.
I think what Theresa's really trying to say is she wants a birthday episode, like a special birthday episode. We may have one.
It's November 12th on a Monday.
You're never too old to have a birthday celebration.
I just want to talk about all my residue. That's what I want to do for my birthday.
It was Carnauba wax. It was never Carnauba. I know. Faith, hope, love. I know.
You are a bad
Spaced Out.
knee ache, Brian.
What?
It says you are bad knee age, Brian, backside of 40.
Oh, maybe. It could be.
Spaced Out? We're going to give that number again?
Yes.
Spaced Out, 850-764-1552. Do you think he'll call in? Come on, Space. Want to repeat it again, Brian? The phone number?
Says he's trying to get his phone to work.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Spaced Out.
Darn AI. I blame everything on the AI now because I can.
Don't let it get to you. Don't let it be a.
But you know what's funny, Brian? This is something I have to tell you guys in the audience. Whenever I'm trying to send residue to Brian on on the PM managing thing, every time my phone starts acting up. It's like it doesn't want me to send him residue, right, Brian?
It's something is trying to stop us, and it's like
it is.
Like you guys.
Perfect.
Listen, you guys. Most of you that have wrenches, you've been with me for almost 2 years now. How many times have you seen my computer crash? Almost every other show, maybe. It's like my computer blue screens for no apparent reason. It's just out of nowhere. And I don't invite these things in. I pray against them. I pray against the evil. And I'm living with a very Christian family. As far as prayer, I get into daily prayer. You have to believe that Jesus, is present, and just pray against the evil. So we're praying for you, Spaced Out, that you can get that phone, and then we want to talk to you.
He's trying to call in, I think.
Yeah. The phone line is open, guys.
Maybe he's having trouble.
Amen, Adam.
It's got spaced out 850-764-1552. I hope he's got that number written down.
It's okay. We got plenty of people with wrenches that could repost.
All right. What did he last say? Trying to get my phone to work. Come on, you can do it.
Hey guys, say hi to Anita. That's my mother over there.
I know. I was trying to tell you.
Be nice. Be nice.
That was the nice way
Mom.
of me being nice. Why don't we talk? We're waiting for Spaced Out to call in.
But
why don't we talk about the different colored animals?
I'll be honest with you though. I'll be real quick, Theresa, and then we'll talk about the animals. You know, I'll be honest with you. My dad was not a firm believer in the Mandela effect, but when I told him about Nathan Hale and how my only regret is that I have but one life to give, and now it's lose. That freaked him out, I think, because he learned it in school that way. One life to give.
That one's crazy. And your dad was not really affected, was he?
Not too many of these affect him, I think, or maybe.
No, I think he's getting more affected little by little. I think sometimes some people, Brian, like my friend / boss, he's slowly waking up. Some people don't want to admit that they're waking up, and they're doing it, but they don't want to admit it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I was watching this not Animal Planet, but it's like the BBC America.
There you go.
We got a call. I think that's Spaced Out. Let's see.
I hope it's him. Cross fingers.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, this is Spaced Out Production.
Oh, dude!
Oh my God! Yes.
Man, I envy you, brother. You're awesome. I love your channel, man.
Me too. This is Theresa. I'm very, very honored you're here.
I had to try to get my phone to work. I've got it where I have to plug the battery up separately. It's crazy.
You sound exactly like your videos. Guys, I just want you to know how excited I am. This is big for him to be on right now, and I just want to welcome you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love y'all. I love your videos as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm a residue hunter, as you know.
Do what?
I'm a residue hunter.
For some reason.
That's what I do.
Hey, Spaced Out. Sheena says she loves your channel too. Hey, what's up, Meegs? What's up, Meegs? You got Meegs.
Do you know Meegs, Spaced Out?
I said hello to everyone,
Meegs.
by the way, in the chat.
Wow.
I'm gonna message
So tell us about your different videos. I know you had one with your poor refrigerator where you were throwing things away and they were coming back. I don't think they wanted to go anywhere.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite
we
ones.
had things that
Tell us about your different videos.
Throw it away. We would throw everything away, and then there would be things back in there. And like from sometimes having a date from years ago, which is impossible, but would seemingly be impossible, but as we know, many things that seem impossible are definitely possible.
I know there's things like coming out of the elephant graveyard that we've never heard of. You know, it seems like you remember Hurricane Florence when it hit? I heard like all these pirate ships, not pirate ships, but these old ships came up on the shore and they were like buried at sea for like 500 years or some crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, they said they found coins and old pottery, I think, too, from one of the storms, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Florence.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think is causing the ME?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to pinpoint one particular theory, you know. But I mean, there's so many out there. But I mean, it seems like it's kind of a mixture between maybe shifting and something supernatural at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of how I feel. It feels like a mixture of both, you know?
Right. Do you think it's more positive or more negative, you think? I don't know. Like it
seems like we can make it into something positive, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends on kind of how you look at it, I guess.
Right, either the
Hey,
glass.
Spaced Out, will you talk? You know that other video you made, because I've been watching a lot of your videos. Tell him about the bump in the road. Remember the indentation? It was like in the road. Remember you said they fixed it, and then you came back and it was back to where it started. Will you tell that story?
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. We went over this road, and I'd been stating that I wish it would be fixed because it was like really, really messed up. It was this kind of a bridge that goes over the interstate, and it was totally messed up. I mean, it still is now, but for the moment we went over it, it had been tarred in and fixed. And then it was like a universe shift, kind of like a whole reality shift where it had been fixed. And then suddenly, when we were coming back, it was rough again. And now it's never been fixed again. It was one of those crazy situations that that happened. But there's been a lot of videos.
Tell more about your personal stories, because you should, Brian. You really should watch his videos. He's got a lot of great personal Mandela effects that's happening to you, and I mean, you must be experiencing a lot.
Well, I was watching the one big video that I noticed was that what was that one about the courtroom, and you remember Al Pacino, his famous saying.
Yeah.
What was his saying?
There was a couple of residues from it. I think one was from 2.5 Men, and the other was, let's see, Robin Williams stated it.
Right. I'm not out of order, or I'm out of order. You're out of order.
Yeah, you're out of order. This whole courtroom is out of order. That right there.
Great. Oh, it sounded great.
I do remember that line. I need to watch it sometime. It's been like a long time. I watched part of it, but I never got to see the whole thing. But many people remember that one iconic line. You know, they remembered it all over the place. It was all over YouTube and everywhere.
Do you remember that line from The Matrix? What if I told you?
Yeah, I do remember. I feel like I remember clips of that being out on YouTube, but you just can't find it. People said it's not available.
Well, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I'm watching the sports channel, you know, ESPN, and the guy on the radio where they do the commercial and stuff, advertising another game coming up.
Yeah.
Well, the announcer says, "What if I told you?" And it sounded to me just like The Matrix. It might have been a possible reference.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. There are several things where they do that. They bring up a reference that they remember, and you find it on various commercials and things like that. It could be. That could have been. Yeah. Are
you familiar with the Smith effect or the Smith? It's called the Mr. Smith paradox, we call it, and it was coined by Tom Hefner, and I think Ty Zimmer, might have said it too. But yeah, we talk about the Mr. Smith paradox, where you talk to somebody about the Mandela effect, but you bring something up to them and they remember it the way we do, but then they change their mind once they see the new reality. Have you seen that before? Have you come across it?
I haven't seen that particular term, but I've seen that happen with people. It seems like, and sometimes I get a dual memory, which is that's kind of interesting where that happens. You get a dual memory.
I didn't think about that having like it happened to you as a Mr. Smith. I never thought about that.
That's happened to me with a couple ones. I can't remember which ones at the moment, but it's happened to me with a few.
Ask him about Back to the Future coins.
Oh yeah. Back to the Future. Do you know that movie pretty well?
I actually need to watch that movie. It's been a long. I think I've watched the first one, but I need to watch the other.
Remember that.
Okay, so in the first, and I'm going to ask Meegs because she just joined us as well. This one really hit me kind of hard because when he's in the cafe the first time, and he meets his dad in there, but shortly before he meets his dad, he orders he says, "Give me something without sugar." First he says a tab, then he says a Pepsi free, and he says, "Kid, you're gonna have to order something if you want it, right?" Or whatever. So he orders something without sugar, and it happens to be a cup of coffee and a saucer. But do you remember coins being on the table or not?
It does seem like I might remember that.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't remember the coins or the guitar pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got like freakish about it, and I didn't see the guitar pick there. When I sent Theresa the picture, she goes, "Yeah, there's a blue guitar pick." I'm like, "What? No." I only saw the coins, and then
coins at all.
and then
it
changed.
Makes noise too.
Yeah, it makes a clang.
I'll have to look at the movie again sometime soon. I got those recently, so I'll have to look at them again soon and see. I'll have to take a look.
What's some other effects that you've experienced?
What happened for the dual memory? Do what?
No, what were you saying about the? Hang on, what were you saying about the dual memories? And then we'll go to the question. Sorry.
I hope it's not like a dual memory that happens. You know, sometimes I get that with some of them, but the majority of them, I share all of your memories, like the Shazam Genie movie and all of that. That's just and the Berenstain Bears. Those are definite memories in my mind. It's very vivid in my mind.
What about me, Tarzan, you, Jane?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I remember that. When I seen that change, that was weird for both my parents and myself as well.
Any big Lucy fans in the family?
Yeah, I remember my mama actually remembered him saying, "Lucy, I'm home, and you got some splaining to do." Those two. Yeah.
What did she? How does she believe in the Mandela? Your mom?
Yeah, she's experienced several of them. Yeah, actually.
Did she ever Smith on you?
Sometimes some of the memories are different. That does happen.
Hey, are you on the Rod Sterling timeline or the Rod Serling timeline?
We both remember Sterling.
That's me too. Yeah, Sterling for sure.
Wow. It doesn't sound right at all. His name doesn't sound right, Sterling.
No, it doesn't.
It sounds very strange.
Man. Okay, so somebody is saying, Theresa, I'm sorry. What was your question? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Criminal wanted me to ask him a question. Something about, did you do a video about Kmart, something changing? Ask him about the inside of Kmart changing. What was that about? I didn't see that video. Inside of Kmart?
My video about Kmart?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one, but Preliminal was asking me to ask you in the chat.
We had gone to that Kmart to that Kmart before many different times, and suddenly, I think it was December of last year, they had a blowout sale or something. They were stating it on the news and everything that they had gone out of business or were going out of business.
Yes, very true.
So they went out of business, and then suddenly, a while back, I stated it was a shame they went out of business, and someone stated, they never went out of business, did they? And then we were like, I was pretty sure, because I got the message and everything that they had their big sale. And then it turns out that they're back in business and they never went out. I looked in there and everything was practically the same. And it was
No. We had several of them closed here where I live at. I went to their closing out sales.
Do what?
I live here in Las Vegas, and I literally went to them. The floor was like very little merchandise, and I was getting like 70 to 80% off shoes. So I know 100% sure that most of them is closed here in Las Vegas. I think there's only one left of Kmart.
Oh, really?
I can confirm that 100%. I will stake my life on that one.
Several of them did close, and I thought ours had closed. The one in that county had closed, and I was sure of it. When you get the message of it and everything, and then I actually seen it replaced by, I think it was an Essex or some other place. It was a business that they had replaced it with, and then now it's just back. And the sign too. The sign was K-March, and then you look at it, it's K with the word March on the inside of it.
Wow. So that was, I think, like I said, we only have one left here in Las Vegas, just one, and it's not in a good part of town either. So
I know they had some pretty good deals there. Every once in a while, you get a message, and we got like one of those $7. It was like $7 for a small vacuum, and I was like, well, I hated that they went out because sometimes I got some good, emails and stuff, and then boom, they were back in business. They never went out. Someone said from Kentucky, I think, that they went through the same thing. I can't remember the person, but they said they went to the blowout sale, and then when it was like in April, I think, suddenly they get another message
their friend texted them, I think, and they commented that to me, stated that suddenly the place had never gone out of business, and it was just going out of business that day. So the same thing happened for them. But also, another, I don't know if you've seen that or not, where I mentioned Kroger, or Kroger's.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember Kroger's.
We've been there later, like after midnight, and then this year.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we see the sign saying that it closes at midnight as of January of this year, and they were looking at it and they thought like we were crazy for, for thinking they were open. But
that was a good video. I remember watching that one. Brian, you're gonna have to watch that video.
There's been so many things. There was also a recent video that was shared, I think out of Quebec, Canada, about the ground. Looked like it was breathing. I shared that on my channel as well. That was weird. It was on the Strange Sound Twitter page.
Can I share a small clip of that if you don't mind?
Show everybody what he's talking about. That video.
Oh, sure, that's fine. Go ahead.
So you're talking about the ground was breathing?
Productions.
It was let's see. Let's see if I can find.
I watched a lot of your videos, but I still have a lot to watch. Spaced Out.
What's the title of the video? Is it Ground Breathing?
Let's see.
Ground Breathing. I gotta watch that one.
In Quebec.
Yeah, I think so, but it was okay. I said the ground was breathing. Check this out. What? That was the title that I chose for the video.
Maybe it was a bear covered himself up. I don't know.
It was a pretty large. Kind of reminded me like of a giant pushing upward, or something maybe to do with the earthquake. I don't know, but maybe it was something from the energy from the volcanic and earthquake activity. There's a lot happening, and
okay. The ground was breathing. Check this out. Okay, so I'm gonna.
That's it.
Can I share this clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
It has been posted
I don't mind
to
at all.
Twitter.
Sure.
It appears to show the ground breathing. Now, see the trees moving, the wind blowing, but yet the ground is moving up and down. Right.
Maybe it's that guy from Fraggle
Rock. The
Rock.
ground is breathing or something to escape.
Wow.
Now, some might say seismic activity.
The trash heap
some might
guy
say
or whatever, right?
Tectonic shifting. Some might say various explanations.
That's so weird.
I do know there's ancient prophecies regarding the giants and things like that. I will describe in another video, but
underground.
There could be a very
yeah, you're right. The prophecy of the Nephilim.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that as well. But maybe it's like a pushing upward or a sign or something.
Let me play that again.
You never know. Do what?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it again just so people can see it that are just now joining.
Wow.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what is that person thinking when they saw it? Like,
I don't know. That's,
like
that's what I was wondering. I mean, I know it was on the Strange Sounds Twitter page, and there were a bunch of comments about it. Well, a few comments.
Did anybody call it out as fake?
I don't think so. Not yet. That's what I was wondering. I mean, I know a lot of things can be fake, but I mean, if it was real, then that's definitely something interesting.
I mean, because I heard for many years, like, they faked the Sasquatch thing.
Yeah, the original footage and thing and all that. Yeah, some people. I've actually experienced things of that stuff that, I mean, it's crazy. I've experienced beings and things that obviously aren't fake, but there's so many fake footages out there that it belittles what everyone else experiences, so they make a joke out of it or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of fake stuff out there too. That is the problem with everything, that they belittle it or make a joke out of it.
Hey, do you remember there was like a band called 98 Degrees back in the day? And do you remember how, like, we were always taught in school, like, the regular temperature was 98.6 degrees?
0.6? Yeah.
Well, now scientists are saying that's not the normal temperature. or the average normal temperature. What is it now, Theresa?
97.7, Brian, and you want to show them what I sent you? Our temperature is no longer 98.6 like we remember.
Can you send it one more time? If you don't mind. I'll share this picture of this lizard, you know, because they're cold-blooded. They don't really mind the let me share this real quick.
How long does that go back, the documentation for that? Because that's interesting, because it was always 98.6 for me. Well, that's what they stated.
It's fairly new. It's fairly new.
It was for me, too.
I know.
Even though my body temperature was always above or below normal, but that's what they always stated was the average.
Oh, I meant to tell you guys. There's this squirrel.
Oh, here it is.
I was watching this California squirrel. It's in the United States. This thing will eat rattlesnake skin and then lick its like tail with like its digestive enzymes or whatever from the rattlesnake skin, and basically it'll pick up the scent of a rattlesnake that way. In other words, the mama squirrel disguises herself as a rattlesnake to protect her young. And then what she'll do is wave her tail in the air to appear like a large snake. And I thought it was really interesting. It was on BBC America. Have you guys ever heard of that? The California snake doing that? I mean, the California squirrel.
I haven't personally. No, I haven't heard of that.
Let me see if I can. They interact with rattlesnakes. They scare them away by picking up the scent. By picking up the scent of a rattlesnake. It's interesting. You have to check. I'm afraid I might get copyright with some of these, but you'll have to check that out on your own time.
They do that sometimes. But
yeah, right here, Wikipedia.
That is interesting. Huh.
They're common in Oregon. Yeah, they're common in Oregon, and let's see what it says. Rattlesnake. Yeah, the California ground squirrels are frequently preyed on by rattlesnakes. But since the 1970s, squirrels use a technique to reduce the rattlesnake predation. Some populations have resistance. But since the 1970s, squirrels use a technique. Okay, so yeah. What were we talking about before that? I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. It happens sometimes.
Information for what I just sent you.
Ground? Was it the ground we were talking about? Or
yeah, the ground squirrels. We got Meegs here, just joined us. Hey, Meegs, welcome.
What's up, Brian? Thanks for having me in. What's up, Spaced Out? What's up, Theresa?
Not much, girl. You got a birthday coming up, too.
Oh, my gosh. I know. Thanks for reminding me about getting older.
Is yours before mine? I'm the 12th. I always forget.
Oh, you're the 12th. Okay, I'm gonna write that down somewhere. How are you guys doing? I don't mean to cut in, but I'll just say hi.
I'm actually glad you're here. I haven't talked to you in a long time. There's been a lot happening in the Mandela.
I know, guys. I know. I'm glad like none of us are getting the update. I was saying that in the chat.
Oh, thank God, not yet.
No. If it's been like 2.5 years now, or however long it's been, we probably won't get the update.
Yeah, me.
Targeted people, right? I noticed that you've been into that lately. The targeted.
Oh yeah. I'm helping a friend. I don't know if you guys remember the friend I was talking about and asking people if they could donate to like months and months and months ago. He just came down to stay, so I'm helping him kind of get back on his feet again, and he's being taken care of, and he's doing a lot better now. So he's got a job, and like it was.
You're such a great person, Meegs. You're always helping people.
Oh man, it's God works through us,
Oh wow.
God definitely works through us, but
What's been going on with you? Any new MEs you've seen lately, or are you in the Bible? I know I haven't seen you posting any lately. What's going on with that?
I know. You know, I had to take a little break because I don't know. You know how it gets. It's just like, ugh. I think for me, I was telling someone last night, like, I am so conflict avoidant. You know, like even when you post Bible changes, even in the Christian community, you know, people who don't see the changes, and I'm not just talking about the major trolls that we have to worry about, but like people really get up in arms and they just don't.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, they just don't understand what we're trying to convey. For someone that's really non-confrontational, it just kills me. So I'm like, have taken a prolonged hiatus from sharing Bible changes, but I'm still very much like listening to EYA's channel.
You're still welcome to come post to my group. You know that.
Oh, thanks, girl. Thank you.
I'm 7 people away. I just want to be proud and say this. I'm 7 people away from hitting 1,500. I checked.
Oh, what? That's huge.
1,500. Awesome. By the way, anybody listening out there, if you're not a member, my name of my group is called Reality Residue Hunter with 3 exclamation marks, and you are more than welcome to join. And you're and you hear that, Space Out Productions? Is he still here? Did he hang up?
Still here.
Yeah.
I just subbed to you, Spaced Out. Your channel looks awesome. The Breathing Earth video is rad, but crazy.
Very relaxed.
Really unsettling.
Right, the opposite.
What was the name of your channel? So I can look it up.
Oh, it's Meegs B.
Oh, thanks, Lisa, for mentioning. Yeah, Meegs B. No, you're fine. Meegs, tell Space Out your channel.
Oh, it's MEEGS B. Meegs B. Yeah. And it's just about a whole bunch of different things. I'm call myself a holistic truther because it's the whole range of truth I like to talk about on my channel. But yeah. But yeah, Christian truthers talking about Bible changes, targeted individuals, and whatnot.
Talk about the conference. What happened? You were there.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Sorry. What were you saying?
I meant to ask if someone asked me about Hebrews 1:2, where it says worlds instead of world.
Theresa.
Oh yeah, in the Bible.
I think it was. I was trying to look up the verse, but are you guys familiar with the Hebrews 1:2 verse?
Yes, it changed from world into worlds, but I'm not sure the specific verse it is, but almost like it's talking about multiple dimensions now in the Bible. It's really weird. It's like the whole quantum universe narrative
situation now, but there was also one where the wise men don't meet Jesus at the manger, but they meet him at the house. I think in Matthew 2:11. I did a video about that one. I think.
Oh yeah, at the house, and they're chilling on the couch and whatever.
We have all the manger scenes. It's a detailed memory in all of our minds, our memory, and I mean it's the only right way to remember for me, for many people. You see it everywhere, and it's, I feel like I remember them following the star to Jesus in the manger.
Yeah.
That one seems different for me as well.
Oh, what did that change to for you?
There's several. Do what?
What did that change to? Are they not following a star anymore?
No, I think they followed it to they went to the house, it says, and when they were come into the house.
Right.
And I don't think do they not meet him in the manger now? It doesn't seem like they do, according to.
Yeah, it seems like they're not in a barn anymore. They're at a house. I'll have to look up what verse that is. Let me pull up a new tab. But yeah, I wanted to. My friend just sent me this list of things. If you like, squeeze is now in the Bible, like squeeze by, and it made me think of the Goonies change where Mouse doesn't get squeezed anymore.
Oh gosh, yeah, you're right. Oh, man, I didn't even see that analogy. That's a good analogy for that.
Yeah, if you look at Numbers 22:25, it says, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it tried to squeeze by and crushed Miriam's foot against the wall or something. So it's indeed, yeah. Again, I tell you, it's like donkey squeezing by. It doesn't make sense. And it says it's easier for a camel to squeeze through the eye of a needle. I think it was always to pass through.
No,
the
it's
eye
pass. Is it squeeze now?
Yeah.
No, it was pass.
But let me see. From what my friend sent me, it doesn't appear as if it's King James. But I'll look it up and tell you.
Is that NIV?
Let's see, Luke 18:25. Let me look.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. 18:25. It's also in Matthew.
Okay, so it looks like in some of them it's still pass, but in some of them it's squeeze now. But
oh no,
definitely, definitely, the donkey squeezing by is kind of weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Speaking of squeezing by. Theresa had a question about the conference. How did that go, Meegs? How was it?
It went awesome, guys. It went awesome. I hope to do one in March.
There's one in March?
Yeah, I hope to organize one. And another person's talking about helping me do that, either in St. Louis or Chicago. I might try to post like a survey to see where people would rather have it, like what's convenient for most people. But I would love to do that, guys. I would love it if you all would come.
Yeah, Meegs. I'm seeing that 98 again in the chat. That was weird. We're just talking about 98.6 degrees.
Temperature thing?
Yeah. And I can't even check my temperature right now because my thermometer is broken. I got to get a new one. They have the kind that scan your brain and it gives you a reading, or scan your forehead too.
Whoa! The other kind for babies.
Yeah. So the conference, wow. I
want to hear about it. So do they?
Oh yes.
Different facts, and I'm curious to know what happened. I wish you didn't record it, though. I noticed that it was just basically people being interviewed.
Yeah. It was awesome. Tobin says squeeze that A apostrophe or asterisk by. That's really funny. Yeah, from what my friend sent me, those are in different translations, not the King James, by the way. It's also confusing now, but anyway, those just sounded weird to me. But yeah, the conference was amazing. I can't even tell you guys. It was so much fun. I walked in, I was so nervous. I was just so nervous because I was like in I forgot what city it was in. It was in Virginia, but I totally forgot what the town was called now. Gosh, that's so weird. Well, maybe my memory is failing me. But yeah, it was like in a brand new city I'd never been to, and I walked in the hotel and I was like, I'm here for the Mandela conference, please. And they're like, oh yes, it's right down the hall and to the right. And I was like, okay, thank you very much. I was like,
by the way, are you affected?
I was thinking about how cool it was for somebody to like acknowledge anything about the Mandela effect, you know?
Oh God, I wish I was there.
So I walked into the room, like I was a little bit late and I heard people talking in the room and I saw the Mandela effect like poster on the door, like Mandela effect in this room, like Mandela Effect conference. And I like knocked on the door and nobody heard me. And I knocked a little louder and somebody opened the door and it was Vanessa, VA. And I was like, ah! It was so cool. It was so cool.
You know that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I heard that you I was listening to the bald-headed guy with the cigar. What's his name?
Oh, John Boyle.
Yeah.
He said some awesome things about you. He said that you lit up the whole conference. He said when you were there, you made everybody feel at ease, and he said you were like lighting up the whole place. And I was like, that sounds like Meegs.
That is me.
He's a sweetheart. He did too, actually. He was such an amazing presence in the room too. Like he seemed so calm and peaceful and like profound. And it was just so cool to get to meet him. And Vanessa was like so nice and caring. And
What does Vanessa look like?
oh, you know what? I don't think people necessarily are comfortable with like being described physically if they don't show their face. I know that was a thing for her.
I mean, we know what you look like. Actually, you look different now. You're not going through an effect, are you?
Me?
Yeah, you look different. I was going to say something to you. Have you lost weight or something? Because you look different.
Oh, do I? No. If anything, I probably gained weight from being so stressed out all the time. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, it's just, I mean, being awake is just not easy. You know, it is just not easy at all. But especially with
sleep.
Yeah.
I haven't had a full 8 hours in like weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the people in the chat, how many hours do you guys normally get? I'm curious to know the average sleep of a Mandela affected person. What is it? 4, 5, 6?
Oh, 6 hours.
I actually get decent sleep, I have to say. And I think I attribute it to God helping me like calm down before I go to sleep. I just pray. I put on sermons every single night to fall asleep too. I think that gives me atmosphere. So.
That is wonderful.
I sleep with the Bible under my pillow, Meegs.
Oh, good. That's really good. That's good.
I don't even take it out. Basically, it stays under my pillow until I wash my pillowcase. Of course, I move it, but I sleep with my right under my pillow, and I feel like I'm being protected with my Bible under there.
Guys,
awesome.
I have something to share really quick. It's a little bit of residue, maybe. I don't know. It's a clip that was sent in to me. Anyway, let me pull that up. It was, let's see, I'm trying to see. Burgos. Thanks, Burgos, for sending this in.
Thank you, Burgos.
Yeah, we're talking about the Lucy explaining to do. And here, yeah, let's hear Desi Arnaz, not Arnaz.
Arnaz.
Let's listen to this real quick. Let's see if this is residue. Wait, hold on. What do you say, Lucy? Explain? Hang on. Oh, Lucy explain. Lucy, no, that sounds really weird.
That sounds totally weird.
Yeah.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do. What I remember.
Yeah, many people remember explaining. You got some explaining to do. That's a vivid one. My mama remembers that one as well.
For me, though, it's hard to prove, like unless you've seen. I mean, I obviously think that this is an effect, but it's hard to prove that to people because, you know, somebody's inevitably going to say, well, did you watch every single episode of that whole TV show to know that it's not in there anymore, you know? And I'd have to be like, no, but, you know, it is like the most famous line. They say it every single episode and stuff. It's like
I know, and I wanted to ask both of you, Meegs and Spaced Out. Speaking of space, Star Wars, Stormtroopers, do you remember them having like a knee garter, guys? It's so freaking weird. You know, we talked about this a couple shows ago. Do you remember these? The Stormtroopers, did they ever have this like weird knee garter right here?
Oh, yeah.
Do you see it, Meegs?
Oh, what? That's weird.
Really weird.
Wow, that's so strange.
I was going to get, were you affected by the Google E change?
I was.
Google logo.
I noticed that back in August of 2016. That was one of the first ones I noticed. I was like, no. Like, you just go to google.com, go to here, and, well, where's that Google logo?
That just me, so that does seem to happen. Other people find it first, and then you find out that they noticed it before you did, but yet it didn't seem different for you until recently.
Wait, hold on.
I had people that told me that they were subscribed to me for a long time, and then, but yet I never remember talking to them. Someone else told me that they said I had lots more subscribers, and suddenly they wake up and I had, what I had at the moment. And they said they remembered a whole lot more.
Yeah, you had almost 3,000, didn't you?
For me, it never went that high. I mean, I had what I've had is what I've had so far. But for other people, they said they remember me having a lot more.
I thought you had a lot more. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's weird.
Other people I've noticed, I'll see them making videos, and then it's like, now it's like they didn't make a video, they haven't made one for years, or it's like like a literal reality shift, a universe shift or something. And I do believe that, I feel that this is both spiritual and a shift in the same, both. I believe that it's kind of related to both. I can't fully explain it right now, but there are many aspects of it that seem spiritual, but also like an actual reality shift. I remember witnessing a building that would, it appeared, it was there, and then the lights faded out on it, and then we went back, and that building was gone. So, it was never there before, it was never there after. I don't remember which title. I think it was like A Building Appeared was the title of it. That was another weird situation. I've dealt with a lot of strange activity too, which you can probably see in some of the videos that I made. It's really weird. I dealt with all kinds of things that most would consider strange, but it's good to have you all to share with. My parents have experienced a little bit of it, so that's a good thing too. They experienced some of it, so they're aware of it.
That's good that you got people around you who see it too.
Yeah. You'd think many more people would wake up to it due to the fact that so many people can't have a false memory, the same vivid memory. That's the way they try to portray it or say it's a false memory, but yeah, and it's also amazing how some people can be affected and the shift happened for them. When the tidy cats, that's another thing, the tidy cats changed back for me. I've seen it, just no S. And then it changed back, but then I go to look to make a video that day when it changed for me and found out people have been making videos about it for 5 months or so. And that's one of those things that's like, whoa, other people experienced it before you did, but then it just changed for you yesterday or whatever.
Did you guys see that video early on with the girl, the youngish girl, talking about the tidy cats change, and her and her boyfriend noticed it, going back and forth, day by day.
Wow.
They both saw it together, and they were both freaking out.
Hold on a second. Did that happen in October of 2016? Because that's when a lot of people woke up. It was it was right before the election. I remember that.
Or you know what? I think it must have been, no, for me, I saw that. It may have been older than when I saw it, but I saw that in 2017, I think.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it flip-flopped. But see, a few people have, I don't remember, because there's been so many videos, so many videos.
Meegs, how many carbon copies would you say you might have of you?
Gosh, somebody just told me that I looked exactly like their friend the other day at my cafe, and I'm like, I know it.
Meegs shifted, Brian.
Oh, you think?
No, it's Meegs.
No, it's still me. I hope.
You look different, Meegs, and I wanted to say that. I'm like, that don't look like the same Meegs. I'm sorry.
He looks like
I ate the original Meegs. So it's on my belly.
I don't know what happened to Brian McFarland. I guess he like
and another universe or reality or whatever's happening, they remember your name being spelled differently.
I know.
I had several people that.
I know that's so weird. Like, but like, and I've actually spelled one of my coworkers' names wrong. Yeah, he like, you know, it's supposed to be spelled one way, but there's a Y instead of an I. So I don't know. Like, you have to do a double take when you see something like that.
Yes.
I don't know if it was a shift now or if I just spelled it wrong. So I don't know.
There's so many things that I think we've overlooked for so long that could be a shift before we. I actually experienced the depends flip flop, and I've searched other people to see if they found it or experienced that. I mean, but they never. I can't find anyone really that experienced the flip flop for depends much. But I've seen it on TV. I recorded it really quickly, and then all the recordings were gone. The recordings were gone, the files were gone, and I can't find them. So it's like they're in another world somewhere.
Well, what's crazy too is like I see and hear people at work all the time. I don't bring up the Mandela effect at work. I definitely don't unless I know and trust the person. But
yeah, it's probably smart.
but anyway, thanks. But anyway, they mentioned that oh well, maybe I should have wore Depends because they were talking about like I guess crapping in their pants or something. So one of the old guys says, "Well, maybe I should have just wore Depends," and I so wanted to mention the Mandela effect to him, but I didn't. I didn't want to like. No.
Yeah.
It's arduous to get into the whole thing, then do the whole spiel, and just have them being like, "What?
We have some residue real quick that was sent in by Adam for Christ, and he wanted me to share this with you guys. For Lucy, you got some explaining to do. It's in this cartoon, Kim Possible, season 3, episode 2. It's called Emotion Sickness.
Yeah, I think I made a video about that one and the Fairly Odd Parents mentioned. There's several references to it out there. Yeah, it was like Kim Possible stated it, I think. I remember that.
Let me turn up the volume.
I lost the communicator. I didn't lose anything, Ron. Ow, hey, red dripping.
Hold on.
Oh, hey, I've been trying to communicate.
Maybe I got it wrong. I think it was 10.
There's no response. Ron,
I remember
you've got some splaining to do.
Ron, you got some splaining to do. There you go.
Wow.
So it's in the cartoons. It's in the movies. Where are they getting it from if it never existed? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So have you guys combed through the episodes and you can't find like one episode that says it anymore? Because it definitely said it just about every episode.
I actually made that. I made a video about that, about the Kim Possible thing, about I think the Fairly Possible. And when I seen that a year ago, I was like, I mean, when you see that it doesn't exist, it's like, I remember that being stated all the time. And that's another thing, like you just stated. How can someone remember something and have references of it if it doesn't exist, you know?
Right.
If it never existed.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. The residue is out there. Go find it. And if you want, you can join Theresa Lynch's residue hunting group. You can post it there, or you could email it to me. Either way, do it both ways. Why not? And that way, we'll get the message out there. And what I plan on doing is, I typically do it in segments, like volumes. Like we're already coming up to volume 4. So if you guys want to shoot me your residue, I will post it and give you credit, and it'll be on one of my next videos. So be sure to do that. Hit me up.
Sweet.
MandelaEffectAwareness@gmail.com. Let's see. Anything else, guys?
I want to ask about, have you ever experienced the plane frozen in the sky? I made a video about that a week ago.
Dude, I heard so many people talk about it. I didn't witness it for myself.
They got to freak out.
Because I saw other people experiencing that, and I went to look it up after I experienced it, and it was so weird. It was just sitting there. And then suddenly started finally moving after like 30 seconds of sitting right above us. Very large jet, kind of low down. And then it kind of took a turn, and then finally started moving. It was weird. But as we know, so many things are possible that many people think are impossible. There's so many things happening.
Yeah, you got a compliment from Preliminal. Spaced out, great video. That is so bizarre.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Preliminal. Thank you to everyone.
I love your videos. I look forward to them spaced out. I really do.
Yep, me too. And like that whole thing with the courtroom and Al Pacino's famous saying that changed, and Robin Williams recalled it wrong, I guess, and so did many other people.
Yeah. When I had it video when the Apollo 13 movie line.
Yeah.
I mean, when I witnessed that flip flop, I actually videoed evidence of the change, and then it was gone when it went back. So it was gone the next day out of the micro SD card when it changed back.
You talking about your video was gone?
Yeah, the video I made on my phone before it changed. When it flip flopped the next day for me, that video was gone out of the files, out of the Western Digital hard drive, and everything.
Oh my gosh.
I backed it up.
Meegs.
Yeah.
It never existed.
Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever had anything like that? Like you had a picture from your phone wipe out or a video and you were taping a Mandela or something? Has anything like that ever happened to you?
Well, my computer got hacked into right after I got off the phone with a targeted individual after we recorded an interview, and it was like completely shot. My hard drive was completely shot right after that interview, and I had to actually get a new hard drive. Everything was erased.
Me too. I had to get a new hard drive. It was probably like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, actually.
Wow. So I know they do that, but not anything with Mandela, actually. But
yeah.
But man, yeah, I have seen the floating planes too. In fact, this is real crazy. This gets into targeted individual territory, but I saw a plane, a small. It's like you can look up small FBI planes on Google and you can see what they look like. There's articles written about them. They can read people's cell phones. Basically, they have like I don't even know what it's called, but some kind of like radar. They can scan down and read people's cell phones and text messages and stuff. One was floating above a house in a residential area. It was just like above this house, way too close to the roof of this house. And I was like, what in the world? I stopped and got off my bike. And I kid you not, I had some kind of like weird zap. And I felt like a weird zap in my brain. And I almost passed out. But it was like right when I looked up at that thing. And I almost like passed out on my bike. And I think, I honestly think that was a directed energy weapon, but I don't know, man. When I started to get on my bike and drive, like, bike away, it was really hard for me to concentrate and even to write or type anything for the rest of the night. I felt like completely disoriented. It was really weird.
It was like it zapped you, like a direct.
Totally. It wasn't like an electric shock, but it was almost like I had gotten hit upside the head without any blunt force trauma. It was like boom, like boosh, but I didn't get hit with anything. It felt like I had like a concussion inside my head or something. It was really weird, but it was like just as I looked up at it directly in my eyesight, like, and it was like bam. But it was weird. That's the only time that's ever happened to me, though. But that's where I can kind of understand about the directed energy weapons. If you look up active denial, the active denial system, that's like a non-lethal weapon that kind of functions the same way that police stations have for crowd control. That's really weird. But anyway, that's getting into non-Mandela territory there. Very scary stuff.
It's all related.
Yeah, it's just this crazy world we're living in, man. It is crazy indeed. But I wanted to report a Mandela though.
Okay.
My friend who introduced me to the Mandela effect, through another friend, he said he's in his 50s. He said for him, Peter Jennings died of lung cancer in the 80s. Peter Jennings, like a famous, like super famous news anchor, but really apparently Peter Jennings just died like 3 or 4 months ago. He said
Meegs on that one. I agree with you.
Yeah, he said he died of it was like specifically lung cancer because he was smoking. He smoked all the time.
There's any residue for that one.
Oh, cool. Did somebody else already cover that? somebody
I wonder if I can find residue for that.
Oh, yeah. But he was like,
I will find it.
Yeah, he was like, no, he definitely died. He was like Tom Brokaw or something. He was like real famous.
Meegs, we were just talking about him earlier.
Really?
Robin Williams, when did he die?
Oh gosh. Well, for me, he died like 2 years ago, right? Or was it?
Try 6 years ago. He died 6 years ago.
Are you now? He did. Now he died 6 years ago.
6 years ago, yeah.
No.
Brian, I actually have a Time magazine with his picture on it. I've had it for a while.
Minute. Oh, that's gonna freak me out. No, he just died though. He died like 2 years ago.
Wait, hold on. No, he died in 2014. 4 years ago.
No, that's not right at all. No, that is not right.
He died by hanging. Remember that in case it changes.
For me, that seems like that's 2 years before.
No. 2 years ago, Brian.
Dude,
I thought
no.
I could have sworn he died around the same time David Bowie did.
Dude, he didn't. What? That is that's wrong.
Well, when did Joan Rivers die?
Oh my gosh. Joan Rivers died like in 14, I think.
Oh, wait, she died September 4th, 2014.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers died right after he did, but I thought it was, I was thinking it was 2 years ago, but 2016, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
That one.
Dude, what? What is this? What with Robin Williams? Because I had already, there's no way he died in 2014 because I wouldn't have looked up all the crazy conspiracy stuff with Family Guy and stuff about his death. Like
That's true, yeah.
My gosh.
What does the chat say? Let's take a 50-50 on that one, or let's see what chat says. Okay. Preliminal says Robin died in 2015. Loyalty makes us family, or makes you family. 2017. Let's see. Oh, Sean says no way. I had my shop when he died, and only had my shop for 3 years.
Wow. For me, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, because I remember talking about it with my friends at work right when it happened. I've only been at my job 2 years. Ew! Guys, this is weird!
High Roller says it wasn't 2014 for sure. Bowie died early in 2016. Yeah, you're right. So So I think the consensus generally is around 2015 or 2017, but in that time frame, definitely not 2014, right?
No, definitely not. That is bizarre.
You know, it was right after the crazy ones. When the crazy ones went off the air, I think they lost the. They went off the air because they didn't get popularity. It was right after that, I think.
That happened. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Tobin Swing, which is an awesome name, by the way. Tobin Swing says he died right after The Simpsons aired him. Yeah, The Simpsons. No, that was Family Guy. Family Guy aired him. Family Guy aired him in the UK. They aired an episode of him. With a billion, everyone in the episode was Robin Williams. That was 2 freaking years ago for me. That's so creepy.
Robin Williams Family Guy. That was actually originally aired in 2012.
Dude, what?
I was thinking that episode aired around the time of his death. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But only in the UK. I thought it was only in the UK. Because when he died, they showed it the next day. Or no. They showed it like a couple minutes before he committed suicide, I think, in the UK. That's bizarre. I don't know what to think about this.
Oh, Peter Jennings, R.I.P.
Yeah.
January 13, 2010. When did he die?
Yeah, my friend swears that he died in the 80s.
Yeah. I did a video about Martin now when everyone was talking about him passing away. They remember him passing away right after The Majestic with Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
And then he passed away recently. Hello.
Oh, hello, Theresa. We got you back. Hey. I'm not sure what happened.
I was trying to tell you I sent you Residue. Is that the date she was talking about?
What do you remember, Meegs? Was it 2010?
2010 for who?
Peter Jennings.
Let's look up when the official date. My friend says he died sometime in the 80s, but let's see what time he.
Yeah, he was
podcaster. No, Peter Jennings, dude, what? They said Peter Jennings just died like a couple months ago.
What?
That's why my friend. That's why my friend was talking about it. Oh, weird. Now he's been dead since 2005.
2005.
What? Okay, this is tripping me out. Oh my gosh! I want to get my friend to do like some kind of interview about what he remembers, but he doesn't like being on camera very much, or he's not into that. But this is all just so weird. Oh
but hey, at least we're not all mad here. I'm just kidding. We're all mad here, according to the. It's not. Apparently, that line's changed as well.
Right.
It says most of us or something like that. Most of us are mad here.
I think so. Yeah, that's what it changed to.
Yeah, that's
Cheshire Cat.
Different for me. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, the sideways moon is new for me. I mean, actually, the moon at hanging low,
the moon looks different, and it's been so sporadic. The cycles, I made several videos about it, where it would be full, a lot, full, and then it would go overnight. It would just change. It was so crazy. Right. So sporadically. It would be full, and then it would be half, and then it would go through, be the same for a week, and then be gone, and then back to full again. It's just it's so sporadic. And it does look sideways. And one night it was one way, and then it was the other direction the other night. I think that happened for me last week.
I know
it was tilted sideways. It looks so strange.
I know, you would think, the man on the moon, right? You think the eyes sort of, I mean, I know the moon has a slight tilt, but I saw this thing last year. It was all the way tilted, like the moon was laying down taking a nap, like the man in the moon.
There's something about it that just looks so strange now.
I don't ever remember the moon rotating in space, like rotating the other way.
No, I don't think it's supposed. It never was supposed to do that. I mean,
no, that's just weird.
For some reason, I witnessed the moon one night go up in the west, and it stopped and went back down. I made a video about that probably last year, and then I did it again this year. That's happened to me, I think, twice, where the moon went up, and I went to grab the camera, but it was already back. It was already going down, and I didn't get to record it.
Yep, and here's another thing that's probably going to surprise you guys. You remember September 21st, 2017? That was supposed to be the revelation sign. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was September 23rd, right? 2017?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, yep.
Hard to believe that was over a year ago now.
I know, everybody was really freaking out.
It's hard to believe it was over a year ago.
Oh, guys, I have such a sick feeling about that Robin Williams thing. I know that was like 2 years ago for sure for me. That makes me feel a little.
I actually remember, at the end of the year when they do a talk on who died during the year.
Yeah.
I know they mentioned Robin Williams, and they mentioned what's his name, Barry, not Barry. David Bowie. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, what a weird man. That is unbelievable to me. That I mean, they're all these changes are unbelievable, but that is just so recent. That some changes just make you go ugh.
E-Man wants to know, how long do women carry babies?
9 months.
9 months.
It's actually 10 months now.
What? Oh my gosh. What?
Okay. It's 10 months. That's how long a woman carries a baby.
What?
I think there was a verse in that I was hearing, like Ezra, or was it Ezra or something like that? That's not in the Bible now or whatever. I think they left it out, that and Enoch. It mentioned something about birth being different. Isn't there a verse like that?
Oh, weird. I'm not sure.
There was that, and the trees bleeding. I think that was in Ezra.
Yeah. We have bleeding trees now, and apparently bleeding fungus.
If you look up like Ezra, the book of Ezra, and I think it was taken out of the Bible for some reason. They took it out, but it was in there that they would bleed. Trees would bleed, and stones speak, and voices or something. A voice heard in the sky, in the.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. I think that's in the Catholic Bible still.
Read it wrong.
1st and 2nd Esdras.
That match what we're seeing.
Wow.
Yeah, this Emmy is taking us through all.
Seeing bleeding like that, though, I would feel. I mean, that would just feel. If I seen a tree bleeding like that, that would be.
That would be it for you.
The bleeding fungus is.
You guys want to see? I don't know. I might give you all nightmares if I show you this bleeding fungus.
It is so disgusting. Oh my gosh.
You can go ahead and show it. It won't probably. I mean, it won't bother me, but it's just weird that trees are bleeding. So
bleeding tooth fungus. Bleeding tooth. I had a book on fungus. That was not in it. I had a book on mushrooms and fungus, and that was not. It had every single type of mushroom and fungus in this book, and I read it one year because I was so bored in college.
Wow.
I remember carrying it around with me. That kind of crap was not in there. Oh my gosh, no.
I've yet to see one of these things, but if I did, I'd probably freak out.
Wow, the bleeding fungus. Bleeding fungus.
You know about the Barry Doughboy, where he has the just white instead of blue collar or scarf, not collar, scarf.
Yeah. That is pretty weird.
That was weird for me too.
Wait, what's the thing with the scars?
The Stonehenge had not these hats on the Stonehenge. That looks so weird.
The Stonehenge with scars?
Stonehenge having hats on them. It looks weird.
Oh, you mean Easter Island?
Easter Island statues, yeah.
Sorry, Easter Island. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that is so weird with the hats and the bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that is very strange. And apparently the Easter Island people used all their resources to create those statues, and they were like their idols that they died because they didn't have any resources left. I don't remember that part.
Oh, wait a minute. This guy's missing a hat. Did he always miss? I thought he had a hat on too.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I thought they all did.
I don't know. That is weird. But
Why doesn't one have a hat? I don't remember that part.
I don't know. I thought they all had.
That's weird. Look at those stupid hats. That's so.
Oh, what's even worse is the eyes. Like some of these statues.
Oh, I didn't see the eyes on them. What? What? That's like graffiti.
I don't know. I think it is. Somebody's climbing up there and painting these things.
What is going on with this world, guys?
Well, let's see how the chat's doing. We're probably gonna call it a night. Do you guys have anything else? Anything else you want to bring up? Effects?
There's so much. There's so many things that come into your mind. It's kind of hard to bring it all up.
I know.
Literally.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out, Theresa.
You're going to show the green polar bears.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. Where are the green polar
You forgot
bears?
about the purple squirrels.
Well, that's new. Definitely new.
I'm being serious, guys. I'm being serious. I sent him the green polar bears and purple squirrel.
Okay. I'm looking for the purple squirrel. Where is it at? Can you send that one more time? I'll send this.
Yeah.
We have a sea glass squid, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, show that one.
Yeah. I don't know, like.
Here you go. Here's your green polar bears.
You can definitely tell the difference, like when you're watching Animal Planet versus BBC America, when they do the animal show or whatever, you see the prey escape the predator, whereas in the Animal Planet, you see the predator get its prey. I've noticed that. There's green polar bears. Have you guys ever heard of green polar bears?
No.
I have not.
No.
Polar bear fur is actually clear. Polar bears whose diet has lots of seals, it can look light yellow because of the seal oils.
They look like they're.
I thought they were white. I thought they were white.
I remember definitely white, without a doubt.
So is that going to change the the Coca-Cola
Green
bear?
polar bears.
It better not change the Coca-Cola bear.
Oh my goodness.
I remember there was a joke about polar bears eating marshmallows and snowstorm or something. So obviously, if they were green, that wouldn't make sense. You know, that was from I think from my childhood. It was Tigger on Winnie the Pooh. He said polar bears eating marshmallows in a snowstorm or something. That popped into my head when I remembered that. But I've seen that. Definitely, that wouldn't work if they were green.
Oh, it's definitely an interesting reality.
Yeah,
yes, indeed.
The purple there. Wow, that is interesting.
Why are the polar bears green?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Why?
I read it.
You want to read about the green polar bears?
It said their fur is actually clear, and that their diet of eating the seals changes their fur, like the oil or something changes it to yellow or green. I guess.
Like a pink flamingo eats shrimp and it makes it turn pink and stuff.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's supposedly why pink flamingos are pink, is because they eat shrimp. And yeah.
So why don't we turn pink?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I don't know. Like I've seen penguins in Antarctica. You know, we have them apparently. Like we have forest penguins. That one.
Forest penguins.
Yeah.
It's almost just too much now. It's just almost too much. Forest penguin. Yeah, and the African penguins.
But just be joyful. You know,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is going to come back. You know it.
Oh, for sure. Yes, he is.
He's going to conquer the devil.
He's unchanging. He doesn't change in the Mandela effect, not even a little bit. But in the Bible, he's depicted doing different things now.
We're living in the prophetic times.
Yes.
For sure.
And apparently flamingos are flying.
Oh, that's right. That looks bizarre the way they fly now. So
They never flew to me. I never seen them fly.
That's kind of weird for me that I actually think I remember them flying. So that's kind of like that's one that's a different memory for me.
Wow.
Wow.
I experienced some of them, but I meant to ask if you heard of that square iceberg. That square ice. I meant to ask that. That popped back in my mind. That square ice.
Like that? Oh, the one that's baffled scientists?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the square ice. Forgot about that.
Let's look at that real quick.
That one's real bizarre, Brian.
I did a video about that. I think it was like 3 days ago. That was weird.
And the square waves too. Don't forget about the square waves.
Yeah, the square waves. Yeah, I've seen that too.
Oh, those are freaky.
Well, what about
that's interesting.
How about gravitational wave clouds? Have you heard of that, Meegs?
Oh gosh, that sounds like geoengineering stuff.
Square clouds lately, and vortex clouds, all kinds of things.
Yeah, that makes me think of like what they're doing with HARP and NOAA and NORAD.
And like opening portals and just sort of like.
It's honestly, if you look up anything that Dane Wigington puts out, he'll tell you that they're beaming like frequencies into the ionosphere that make the clouds do that. It's you can actually beam frequencies at water, and the water will ripple and do all these crazy things, going like zigzag formations from frequencies.
That was also one theory about the birds dying. You know, when all that is been
right.
That was I had a theory that it's possible they could be beaming like a direct energy weapon at the same vibrational energy as one of the organs in the body of the bird, and maybe that they just massively die suddenly. Some of the birds, their organs bursted. Like
I've seen that. I saw when I was in Austin, Texas recently, I was like, all these dead birds everywhere on the ground. Like just walking down the street, all these dead birds. I'm like, man, but they definitely are geoengineering. They're sending they're doing like solar remediation. Yeah, they're beaming. They're doing like chemical ice nucleation and pumping frequencies into the ionosphere. They're doing all sorts of crazy stuff like that. But yeah, they definitely.
They're definitely messing with nature, that's for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. But yeah, whether it's an ME or not, they're still manipulating nature for sure.
Like what you said with the birds falling out of the sky, I remember hearing about it happened in Ocilla, Georgia. And me and my friends, we got together and we did like a special news team mockery, you know, and I was talking about the weather, and somebody else did talking about the birds falling out of the sky in Ocilla. For real. Like it happened back in the 96 or 97.
That's so disturbing.
Yeah, it is. What causes that? I mean, massive amounts of birds falling from the sky. Obviously, like you said, probably vibration or maybe.
Yeah, it's all frequency manipulation, like HAARP. It's like ionospheric manipulation. They're sending frequencies up.
Every part of the body has a different frequency. So if something were beamed to that frequency, something could happen to that particular organ, in my opinion, or something something
Okay,
bad
guys.
should happen, you know?
Guys, type in, yes, I agree with you. Type in Michigan ice boulders. You can see what they're doing with the chemical ice nucleation. It almost looks like an ME, but it's not. It's like it's weather manipulation, but it looks so crazy.
Oh wow!
It's huge
What?
ice boulders floating in water that's not even that cold. But that's what the chemical ice nucleation does. It's like when it hits the water, it freezes instantly in these weird formations, like weird boulder formations.
That is so weird. I'm gonna play a little of the video. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I hope I don't get copyright. That is bizarre. Yep, and we see snow rollers. Have you guys heard of snow rollers?
Yes.
Yeah,
Those are so weird.
Yeah, donut snow.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just gets better and better. Oh man, this is the greatest show on earth. You know, Tom Hefner, he says that all the time. Mandela effect, man. Just keep believing.
And Joe, they always said say goodnight, Stacy, and they say it says it differently now. That popped in my mind just now.
Wait, which one?
They every time they say goodnight, Tracy, and I heard that changed.
Yeah, she no longer says that. She doesn't. She's supposed to say goodnight, Gracie. But now what does she do?
Yeah.
She says goodnight. She says goodnight.
Yeah.
So it's almost like she's
as well.
It's almost like she's gotten smarter. Like her carbon copy has gotten smarter, I guess, in this reality.
Oh, weird.
There was also a video that I did of that 9/11 prediction on Porky Pig. There's a lot of predictive programming that you see. Did you ever see that? The Porky Pig from 1948 in
What?
the towers. That didn't even have that then. So that was.
No, what is that episode? Or where's that at?
Look up 9/11 Porky Pig 9/11. I think it's 9/11 Porky Pig prediction.
Oh man, now I'm curious.
Let's see. Let me see if I can. I did a video about it. Let's see. I did a video titled 9/11 predicted on Porky Pig cartoon in 1948. I think I left the link to the original one below.
It's like 32 seconds here. I don't want to get copyright, so hold on.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I left the disclaimer in the bottom, so I wouldn't do that. He mentions the towers.
I don't know what is this. I'm trying to figure out what it has to do with the 9/11.
At 24 seconds, I think he says, "Look, the towers."
Oh, he says that?
Like, beep, honk, honk. Look out
Really?
for that taxi. And then he starts, the towers, they're falling. And everyone was stating they didn't have the Twin Towers back then.
Oh my God! What the freak? Yeah, I just caught that. You guys see that? Oh my God! The towers, they're falling.
What? What can they mean?
Oh gosh, what?
What does that even mean? I want to see the whole episode. Just wow, how weird.
That is bizarre. What? So you're telling me they knew?
The traffic, and then he's like, "Look out for that taxi! Beep, beep, honk, honk!" And then look up there. The towers.
No way.
That was freaky.
Wow.
Who found that one originally? You know?
That is unbelievable.
I reshared it from. See if I can find the.
That was great. Man, spaced out. That was a great find. Like, seriously.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Let's see if I can find the original.
Meegs, have you ever heard of that one? I never heard of it.
No, I've never seen that.
And
wow.
Theresa, you still there?
If they're gonna be all dramatic like that and say a line like that, like it's usually something people know. Like, I've fallen and I can't get up. They're referencing something, but like,
yeah,
the only thing he could be referencing is 9/11, which hadn't even happened yet.
Right.
Wow. Wow. How very, very strange.
And what about the Mario Brothers movie? That's sort of like the tower's falling too.
They said they referenced the thing. They said it was the Ninja Turtles and Mario Brothers and Looney Tunes and several
Simpsons. Don't forget the Simpsons.
Right. That's a major one.
And what is up with 9/11?
That's their major ritual that they did, our satanic government.
If you look at the Roman numerals of the 9 and the 11, it's like a 1X and an X1. If you think about it, as above, so below, so to speak, maybe. Coincidence?
I think it's like the joining of two into one. There's two columns, like Joachim and Freemasonry,
yes.
and there's some kind of ritual where the two become one, and I don't know. There seems like some kind of symbolism with that, with the two becoming one, and then the globalists are all about like one world, new world order, one world government, one world religion.
Yeah, Novus Ordo Seclorum.
Yeah.
Pluribus Unum.
I watched this movie and they showed Residue.
Yeah, that was on the dollar bill since they made them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is very complex, but it's, Aleister Crowley was staying in the hotel where 9/11, like where the Twin Towers were before they got built. Like he went there. A lot of people say that's like a portal to hell or some kind of weird some kind of spiritual point, I forgot what they're called, like the intersecting lines, I forget what they're called. They're like spiritual points of like intense energy or something. I forgot what they're called. But my friend was telling me that he was staying in that exact area. Oh, what are they called, guys? Help me out in the chat. Anyway, I think there has to be some kind of occult significance to what 9/11 was.
Absolutely. I don't know about you, but my mind is like
ley lines.
What?
Nonsense.
Ley lines?
Ley lines. It must be on like major ley lines or something, because I've heard a lot of people say that are more in the know that this is like there's some kind of like gates of hell all over the world. If you look up gates of hell on YouTube, there's actually different points in the world that the gates of hell were actually supposed to be above, and there's a lot more paranormal activity over these gates than others. I did a chat with a targeted individual who talked to a priest about it, and she said she learned a lot from him about it, and she's actually the one, after I talked to her, my computer got like fried. So she was telling me all about the gates of hell and stuff. I know it sounds like creepy and weird, but I think there could be some major
things where my electronics will go down or stuff will manipulate, and that's my electronics.
It's called EMF waves. EMF, what does it stand for? Electromotive force. Frequency, yeah. It messes up things.
Yeah.
I actually have a lot
and now
the electronics, and it happens to me quite a bit where I mess up energy around me. My energy messes up electronics. And I actually fried several computers at school.
Oh man!
Stressed out. Back then, it messed up several computers. They just went down and never worked again.
Wait, hang on. Wait, whoa, hold on, guys. What is this? Okay, Molly's Theresa just found some residue in a DVD called
So
Molly's
I'm sitting
Game.
here watching a movie while I'm listening to the show. You know, you
my
guys.
phone shuts off. It's dying right now. It's at 1%. So hopefully I can hear it for a little while longer. But my phone's shutting off.
Okay. So I'm
spaced
watching
out.
this movie right now, which I have to return tomorrow, Brian, called Molly's Game.
Thanks. Thanks for coming on, Spaced Out.
Thank you, Spaced Out. Please come back again, okay?
Phone died, so.
All right, man.
It's at 1%.
Hey,
so
Brian?
thank you all for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. Love you, brother.
Thank you, Spaced
Good
Out.
to talk to you, man.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yes, anytime. You're welcome anytime.
All right. I'll call back sometime in another live stream.
All right, man. I'll send you a copy of the Mandela Effect book.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good?
All right. Thank you.
All right, Theresa, you want to talk about the witches in Salem, and then we'll call it a night?
Well, yeah, I'm sitting here listening to the show and
Just
watching
briefly.
the movie, but I'm reading the what do you call it? The words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I do that a lot, and I'm sitting here watching this while I'm listening to you guys, and I'm looking, and she's sitting in like a little office place waiting, and she's talking to a student, and she asked her a question. She goes, "What are you reading?" She said, "The Crucible." And then she says, "Do you know how many witches were burned in Salem?" Now, explain to people about the ME. This was just residue I just found.
So
right,
apparently, apparently the witches were never burned in the United
Look what I
States.
just found.
Yeah, the witches were burned in Europe, but never in the United States.
So
what?
Yeah, and show her, Brian, what I just found.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sitting here and I'm like, what did I just see?
It's
That's why
residue.
when you heard me getting all excited.
It says here, do you know how many witches were
I get
burned in
excited
Salem?
over residue.
There's not only that. I mean, there's residue from The Simpsons and all over. I mean, witches.
But show that one right now.
I know. I'm showing them. That was a
And
great find.
and she said the Crucible.
The Crucible, right?
That was what she was reading, and
That was
that's
a great
what
find.
this girl said that to her.
Wow. What? So no witches were burned in America?
No, none were burned in America.
Oh, that is bizarre. That is bizarre. What? That is totally wrong.
And I could have sworn
When I'm not looking for residue
I know, but
of Meegs tonight, and it comes across.
But I
It's
could have
weird.
I could have sworn that the witches were burned also in the what's that Hocus Pocus movie. And
Ooh, that's a tough one.
no, they were actually like thrown into like a furnace, I think, or something like that, like an oven. But I could have sworn they were burned at the stake in the beginning of the movie. I don't know. I have to go. That's a questionable one. But anyway, guys, I've enjoyed having y'all, and definitely Meegs B, good to have you back. We missed you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you guys too. I'm so happy to see you all again, and I hope to be on next Friday too.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry I've been so busy, guys. It's just my life has been a shambles, but I miss you guys. I love you.
I understand. You know, life happens at 2.0, right?
Oh my gosh, especially since 2 years ago. Oh goodness. Yes.
Thank you guys for coming, and have a great Mandela Effect night, and God bless. Thanks again, Meegs.
All right. Thank you guys. God bless everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night, Meegs.
Good night.